And welcome to another edition of Play by Play with Dr. Delay. We've got some playoff baseball, NLDS baseball, but also NL Central baseball as the Chicago Cubs take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Both teams really good in the regular season, and one of them's going to send the other home this series. Let's see, I didn't really get to do much pregame stuff, but I can tell you that, again, these teams have been very explosive when it comes to the regular season. We'll go ahead and look at their stats real quick when it comes to their stats, just, their standings and, of course, what they did. These teams would just put up runs. That's what they did. The Brewers put up 806 runs in the regular season. The Cubs put up 793. That is good for number 2 and number 3, respectively, in the NL side of things. So, again, they are really good at playing offense. But that's not to say that they're not good on defense. They are very good on defense as well as far as pitching, keeping runs off the board. The Brewers had the number 2, as far as runs allowed. They kept teams off the board. And the Brewers, I believe, at number 4. The Cubs at number 4. So, yeah, again, teams that can score runs but also keep you off the scoreboard as well. So there is that. These teams, again, very, very good. And I'm looking forward to the series. How's it going, Jason, Trisk? Dad's ship's going for the Cubs sweep. Oh, man. Hammer is going with the Brewers. Talk who you like. I mean, I'm calling the game. I'm going to try to stay neutral for the most part. I will say, again, the Brewers fans have been very supportive of the channel, so I'm very thankful for them. But, of course, I've gotten a lot of Cubs fans as of late as well. So, again, I do appreciate you guys and your support. I really, really do, and that's a big reason why I'm covering this game. So, but, yeah, so far for the series, or for the playoffs, pardon me, Bush batting 400. And then Kelly, those guys are the 2 guys above 1,000. Everyone else kind of like pedestrian or not very, very, great, to be honest with you. Again, that Cubs-Padres series, just both teams really struggle to put up runs. In fact, the winner of that series, every single game, the winner won with 3 runs. That's all that was needed in those series. So, will that change here today? I expect that to do so. I understand postseason baseball. It's a lot of really good pitching, a lot of bullpen action, a lot of stuff like that. But no, I think we're going to see some runs today. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think you'll see some runs in this one. Every time the Brewers get in a playoff series, they choke. I just don't get my hopes up anymore. Well, I know a lot of your Brewer fans, your fellow Brewer fans, feel that way, bad frequencies. But again, this is a different team, I believe, based on what I've seen this year. So, I don't know. I mean, I understand you don't want to get your hopes up, and I'm the same way. I mean, if this team got in there, I'd pretty much just be excited that they got there, but, just kind of happy to be there. But I do think, again, they were the number 1 seed for a reason. I think that's something. I don't think it's nothing. I think it's something. All right, so starting lineups for the Cubs. As a Giants fan, how's it going? Thank you again. Like number 7, that is awesome. I appreciate you, Giants fan. I'm sure Rising Rhino is about to go live or something as well with the Canadian Football League. So, yeah, so definitely appreciate you. I really do. Bush, he's going to be leading things off for the Cubs. He's playing first. Horner is at second. He's batting second. Batting third is the DH, Kyle Tucker. Batting fourth is the right fielder, Suzuki. Batting fifth is Happ, the left fielder. Batting sixth is Kelly, the catcher. Batting 7th is Crow Armstrong, the center fielder. Batting 8th is Swanson. He's at short. And batting 9th is the third baseman, Shaw. Starting pitcher for the Cubs, the visiting Cubs, going to be Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd during the regular season, pretty good. 14-8, 3.21 ERA with the whip of a 1.09. Now for his postseason so far, has only, of course, pitched the 1 game. But it was pretty good, 2.08 ERA with a whip of a 1.15. Now, he has appeared in other games in the postseason in his career, and look at that, 1.10. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully, Rising Rhino has a great one as well. Thank you very much for your support. But Matthew Boyd has been very, very good when it comes to the postseason, so he's looking to keep that up today. Now for the home team, the Brewers, again, the number one record of all of baseball. Of course, they don't have any stats because, well, this is their first game in the postseason. Churio, he's in left. He'll be leading off. Terang is batting second. He's at second. Contreras is catching. He's batting third. Yelich is DHing. He's in the cleanup spot. Vaughn is at first. He's batting fifth. Frelick is in right, batting sixth. Durbin is batting seventh. He is at third. Perkins is batting eighth. He's in center. And Ortiz is batting ninth. He is at short. Starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. It's Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta has been very good this year. Got over 200 strikeouts in the regular season. 17-6, 2.70 ERA. Again, 204 strikeouts on just 176 innings. Very good stuff. WHIP of a 1.08. Now his career in the postseason a little bit shaky, but again, that's in the past. It's a different Freddie Peralta, different team. 0-1 with a 4 ERA, WHIP of a 0.89. So the WHIP again really good. But just hasn't been able to get the decisions, I guess. So that is your starting lineup for the Brewers. But how's it going? How is it going? Chris, how's it going? I know you've been looking forward to this day. A lot of Brewers fans again on the channel. They've been very excited. Just 90 miles separate these teams, so a lot of it's just a rivalry here. It's just a good rivalry. Hopefully it's a good game. I think many people expect that, as they're showing the managers embracing before first pitch, or earlier this one. Craig Counsell, of course, a former Brewer. They actually played with each other at Notre Dame, and of course Counsell was and Murphy were both coaches together as well with the Brewers. So again, a lot of connections here. Today, looks like the Brewers are favored. Of course, they are the home team. That does make a lot of sense. ESPN has them winning at least 57% of the time. I think that simulations that they run through, and they've won 57% of the time, I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. But, yeah, so we'll see what happens here in the regular season. The Cubs actually won most of their game, or 7-6. So it's pretty back and forth, pretty much even as things go. But the Brewers had more success in recent memory. Well, I don't know about that actually. No, maybe it's about the same, about 50-50. All right, Freddie Peralta is warming up. So we'll go ahead and head over to Michael Busch. And again, I'll try the 3D, folks, a little bit later. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's been hit and miss. But let me see where we're at. Let me just click on it. Okay, I can't even click on it, actually. I don't even have it. Maybe it's because it's broken. I don't blame it if it's broken, folks, because it's bad. Anyway, Michael Busch will be leading things off for the Cubbies. Here for some good playoff baseball. Me too. I am ready. So Michael Busch in the postseason's batting .400, OPS of 1,200, 1 home run, 1 RBI, has had 10 at-bats. He's still, of course, in the on-deck circle. As we're still about a minute away. They are still warming up out there. We're really just the pitcher. Everyone else is kind of just standing around, just kind of ready for some baseball. I think the series will go the full 5 games. Okay, interesting. Saw a comment earlier. Dad's Chips, I believe. Yep. Dad's Chips said it's going to be in 3. Cubs in 3. All right. We are about to be underway. Again, Michael Busch coming to the plate as we are ready for some baseball. Peralta will set. Kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 1. We are underway in Milwaukee. 95 on the fastball. Michael Busch again. Pretty solid regular season as well. Batted .261 in the regular season. 34 homers as well. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. So 1-1 is the count. Z has the Brewers in 5. That seems to be a very popular pick, I would say. Not just here in the channel, but most places that I've seen. Peralta sets on the 1-1, rocks and fires. That is outside, and it's 2-1. 95 missing outside. 2-1 is the count. Peralta sets, rocks and fires. And Bush hits this to right at the wall. That one is over the wall. It is gone. Michael Bush with the solo shot to right. And the Cubs take an early 1-0 lead first. Oh, man, that is, wow. Michael Bush just sending this to right. Rhino, how's it going? Good to see ya. The Cubs have already scored, yes. 1-0 is your score, Cubs over the Brewers. As Peralta will have to set again. He's going to have to shake this off. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. There's a delay. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay here, I guess, for me. Do apologize. Here's the 0-1. That's a grounder to third. Durbin has it, throws to first for out number 1. So, yeah, I apologize for the delay. But there is a delay here on Dr. Delay. All right, that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker in the Padres series batting 273 OPS of 546. No homers, no RBIs. My friend, how are you doing today? I'm doing good. Let's go Brewers. Kenneth going for the Brewers. Right now, though, the Cubs are up 1-0. As here is the pitch. That is outside. Pardon me, outside, and it's a 1-0. A lot of technical difficulties over here with me and a little bit of a delay. A delay here on Dr. Delay. Jason can't believe it. 1-0 count. Peralta sets and fires. That is cut on and fouled back, and it's 1-1. That's why he's called Dr. Delay. Not necessarily the reason, but yeah, there's unfortunately the internet isn't the best over here in my neck of the woods. So there is that. 1-1 count as Tucker awaits the 1-1. That's cut on and chopped to first. Vaughn tosses to Peralta for out number 2. So 2 away for the Cubs. That will bring up Seiya Suzuki. Setting up streams, of course, for today and tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Busy weekend for sure. Today I only have 2 streams. Kind of taking a little bit light. Go Brewers, says Draven. Thank you, Bad Frequencies, for joining. Appreciate it. For becoming a member. Bad Frequency. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Seiya Suzuki. Trying to remember that. So far in the postseason, batting 273, OPS of 1,000. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in the dirt, and it's 1-1. We already lost. History still thrives, saying it's over. It is Jover for the Brewers. I don't think so. It's only 1 inning. It's just 1 inning, folks. The Brewers, again, have been good. They've been very good. Peralta sets on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low. Breaking ball low, and it's 2-1. You had to put Jamar down. He's on the bench this week. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I would stay away from the Bengals. 2-1 count. Peralta delivers. That swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. The count is even. Suzuki, 2-2 count. Decent series for him against the Padres. Of course, not a lot of run support really for that series. That's going to be in there. Called strike 3. He struck him out. So Peralta bounces back a little bit, but not before Michael Bush with the solo shot to begin the ball game. 1-0 Cubs leading the Brewers. You don't have notifications, people sub? No, I do not. Don't really know how that works. Don't know how all that works. I'm not that advanced. but I should. That's something that maybe, if this thing becomes a little bit successful, I can find out more of that stuff. I just don't really know much about it. I'm not knowledgeable. I have no ball knowledge when it comes to technology and YouTube. Good rebound by Peralta. Oh, yeah, no, finished strong. You hate the TBS broadcast? Yeah, it's not that good. I wish they could still have the local broadcast because I'm actually more on time when it comes to that. For some reason, when it comes to YouTube TV, I actually am. There's a legit delay. How many streams are you doing tomorrow? Just 2. I'm getting tired. I'm trying to pace myself at this point. It's almost every day I'm on here. So, with the work and everything like that. So we're just going to go ahead and do the morning game. I'm doing tomorrow the Vikings-Browns break, going over to see my parents, and so I have some family coming in. Then I'm coming back in the afternoon, going to be calling another game in the afternoon, Buccaneers and Seahawks. And the only reason is because of the throwback uniform. So I'm very much excited to see the creamsicles and the they'll be the away team, so they'll be wearing white, but it's still pretty neat. I love that. And then the Seahawks old uniforms. They're very nice. Anyway, appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for letting me call this game for you. If there's a game you need me to call, I might be calling it whenever you're at work, whether you're around the house, you can't call the game or you can't watch the game because of, the wife or the girlfriend, whatnot. I don't know. But yeah, I got you covered. So make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Join your fellow Brewers and Cubs fans that have already subscribed to the channel. I know you like Gold Games, but do you watch it Gold Games? I have no idea what Gold Games is. Chicago is so dirty. I don't know about all that, Hammer. Oh, golf. Oh, yeah. I do play a little bit of golf. I used to watch it a lot. Eagles play tomorrow. Yep. They don't even have the game on radio here in the Bay Area. What the heck? Yeah, that is what the heck, Mark. I don't know what the heck. You stay on this game all day or switch into another? Oh, well, this game. I mean, I'm not going to start a stream and abandon you guys. That's not why I have 1,000 subs. I have 1,000 subs because I stay all the way through. Even if it's 15-0, I'm still here. So don't think that's happening, though. I think it's going to be a good game. All right, here's Matthew Boyd as he faces Chorio. Here's the pitch showing a bunt. Pulls back. That's inside ball 1. 94 on the gun. Let's see here. Chorio, his career in the postseason, batting .455, OPS of 1,500. But, of course, that is not relevant to this year. As here's the 1-0. That is inside, and it's 2-0. This year, he batted .270, OPS of 771, 21 homers, and 78 RBIs. Jason P., I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the $5, man. Here's the 2-0. That is in there for a called strike. Jason, you are a legend, man. I mean that. You're awesome. Steelers are off tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, I can't cover them tomorrow because of that. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Down the left field line. He's going to take off to second, and the throw is not in time. Chorio with the leadoff double here in the bottom of the first. And that is what I expect. Again, I've covered a lot of Brewers games in the last few months, and I'm telling you, these guys, pretty good. They are very good at just getting on base, but also not just getting on base, but actually just punishing you for allowing them to get on the base pass. They love bringing in Brewers, their fellow Brewers. So Matthew Boyd faces Bryce Turang. For the year, he batted .288, OPS of 794, 18 homers, 81 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. That should bring home Chorio. There he is, rounding third, heading for home. Turang switches places. He's at second. Just like that, folks. It's 1-1. Look at that. What are you writing? I try to keep track of the donations and all the memberships. Obviously, it's rare when it happens, so I'm very thankful when it does. So while I'm still small, I think this channel can be very big, Bad Frequencies, but while it is small, I'm going to try to keep that personal touch. So I do really appreciate you guys. I really do. It's so awesome. This is William Contreras. Just like that, again, it's 1-1. Boyd will set. Runner on second, nobody out. Boyd delivers. And Contreras hits this to left. Diving effort, he can't make the catch. He can't make the catch as Terang's going to come in. And look at that, another double, another run scored. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, these Brewers are just so good. They just bring in people, the Cubs fans here again. It's not no bias. I'm telling you that whenever the Brewers get on base, they make you pay for it. And look at that, 5 gifted, dude. You're a legend. Bad frequencies, man. I appreciate you. 5 gifted, man. That is awesome. I thank you very much. And again, it's 2-1 as they are just pummeling them. Think the rest will be huge for the Brewers. Yeah. Who is your pop picking for the World Series? That's a good. You know what? I haven't asked him. Jason, I'll get back with you on that. I think I'm going to be seeing him a little bit later today as well. After this game, taking a little break, and then I'm coming back for some college football later. Hey, DeLay, how's it going? I think the Brewers will win this series. It's looking good so far. Again, if it's like this, if we're on this pace, I mean, shoot, it'll be like, what was that, 27 runs, this one. Brewers bats are hot. They are. Who just hit the RBI double? That was Contreras. This is Christian Yelich at the plate. Runner on second, nobody out. Boyd delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Rhino loves it. Cubs are going to lose this series. The Brewers, we'll see. Again, these two teams are very good. These guys I could see. This could have been an NLCS matchup. It really could have been. 0-1 count. Boyd looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That's a grounder to short. Contreras going to stay at second as Yelich is thrown out at first for out number 1. All right, 1 out, man on at second. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn is, for the season, batting .254, OPS of .718, 14 homers, 65 RBIs. Wouldn't get ahead of yourself there. There's a lot of, no, I completely agree. Like, there's so much baseball left. This is just 1 inning, folks. A lot more baseball after this. At least 3 games, potentially 5. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball outside as it's 1-0. Vaughn didn't have a too bad year. Again, OPS north of 700. That seems to be like, what you'd want, the minimum of your players. So that not too shabby there. Here's the 1-0. That's outside, and it's 2-0. Of course, again, Boyd, the pitcher, he's had a great year, but just struggling here against the Brew Crew. 2-0 to Andrew Vaughn. Boyd sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That's outside, but it's called a strike. 84 on the breaking ball was just granted there to Boyd. Best matchup, Dodgers-Phillies. That's a good matchup. That's also worthy of an NLCS, I think. But yeah, I think these 4 teams could easily win it. Here's the 2-1 breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 3-1. I was talking to another baseball streamer, play-by-play with JJ. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with him. And, we agreed that there's like 10 teams in this postseason that could have went all the way and won it all. We can envision them holding up the trophy. The confetti test worked with 10 of the teams, and 8 of them are left. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is outside, ball 4. Boyd walks Vaughn. And that will bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick, during the regular season, batting .288 to OPS of .756, 12 homers, 63 RBIs. Vaughn's batting average around 300 Brewer. Yeah, again, it seems like he's done very well. Whenever I started covering the Brewers, I mean, to me, I thought Vaughn was always there. But yeah, he's been good. Very difficult to take down the number 1 seed for anyone, but can it be done? Oh, yeah, it sure can, for sure, Leo. For sure. Boyd sets, rocks, and fires. That is, he tried to hold up, but he went. That was way inside. Strike 1. KJ streams Philly Sports. Yeah, no, he streams all of Philadelphia. So, again, if you're a Philly fan or just a baseball fan, football fan, check out JJ. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a broken bat to second. Oh, and he boots it. Horner boots it. Oh, man, and Contreras going to take advantage. Throw to the plate. He is safe. Oh, my goodness, the Brewers are up 3-1. Horner just couldn't make the snag there. Couldn't make the play. And it's 3-1. Of course, I do want to mention it as well. If you are a football fan, please check out Rising Rhino. He's been popping in here, so make sure to click on his name, subscribe, and then come on back here. It's fast and free and easy to do, folks. Very much so. Oh, my goodness, the Brewers taking advantage of one, not so great pitching, but two, some mistakes by the Cubs. It's 3-1. Looks like the bots are all over me now as Boyd looks back, kicks and deals. That is a swing and a miss, and it's strike one. Caleb Durbin, Durbin during the regular season batting .256, OPS of .721, 11 homers, 53 RBIs. Yep, there he is, Rising Rhino. Click on his name, subscribe, and then come on back here, folks. 0-1 count. Boyd sets and fires. That is going to be popped up, and that's going foul. And that's a souvenir. The count is 0-2, so I'm getting some more bots here. Thank you. Guys, if you want viruses, feel free to click on them before they go away. 0-2 count. Boyd sets, looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's a tapper, and that's going foul. Need Purdue to pull off the upset. I haven't really looked at much of the college football today. I need to. I'm streaming football games, right? Yep. Yeah, he usually gets 3 or 4. Me, I'm just doing 2 tomorrow, folks. Well, call me lazy, that's fine. I'm just... It gets a little tiring almost every day. 0-2 count. Boyd looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. 93 on the fastball, up out of the zone. So 2 away. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up Blake Perkins. Batting .226, OPS of .646, 3 homers, 19 RBIs. Got to get my daily dose of computer. Oh, yeah, everyone does. Everyone just loves viruses, and we're like, why in the world is our computer like so slow? Why is our phone so slow? Wow. Going where you probably don't need to go. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be outside, but it's called a strike. 94 on the fastball. Perkins didn't play too much this year as far as at the plate goes. The count is 0-1. Boyd sets and fires. That is way outside, and it's 1-1, 93 on the fastball. Tough living in Wisconsin and being a lifelong Cubs fan. Let's go Cubbies, says Robert. Thank you, sir, for stopping on in. 1-1 count. Boyd sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Perkins hits this one, and that's going foul. Non-stop football. Phillies S. The count is 1-2 as Boyd looks back at second. Rocks and fires. Way inside, and it's 2-2. Hockey team has been tied since third period. Well, it's still preseason there. Cubs just need to get out of this inning and get the bats going. Yep, they need to get out of here. Dropping to hit that like. Denny, you're a legend. Chris saying hi to Rhino. Look at that. Everyone's so nice to each other here. I'm just saying, I got a lot of great subs. I really do. I really appreciate you guys. Definitely the type of subscribers I want. Everyone's just chill. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. Of course, again, I'm a little wild at times. I don't really show it too much. But maybe down the road, we'll see. But I appreciate you guys. Who you like? Phil's Dodgers. It's going to be a good one. I'm leaning Phillies. I picked the Phillies to actually, in the preseason when I made my picks to go all the way. So I picked the Phillies to win. The count is 2-2. Again, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Perkins at the plate. He's the 8th batter this inning. And the Brewers leading 3-1, just in case you're not able to look at the screen. Boyd looks back, kicks and deals. That is low, and it's 3-2. Vintage says, go Brewers. Recently been listening to the live streams when I can't watch the game, and I always find myself to yours. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it, though. Appreciate it. I try. Here's the 3-2. Cut on and fouled back, and he'll see another. Running up that, I know, I was about to say, 26 pitches, Jason. I think this will be a long game, seeing how this first inning, yeah, it's trending that way. 3-2. Runners on first and second. Boyd does set. Kicks and deals. Cut on and fouled back. And again, he's just staying alive, working that pitch count. I'm sure the Brewers love it. Of course, the Cubs, I do want to say this, again, covering some Cubs games a lot, in September, even late August. They have a really good bullpen. I mean, again, we mentioned how great these offensive are and even the starting pitchers, but their bullpen as well. Both teams, great. 3-2 count. Boyd sets and fires. And that is again fouled back. And the Brewers fans are loving it. You show more of yourself on the Monday morning show with the other dude. Rhino is just being referred to as the other dude now. The guy that loves QBR above everything else. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I get triggered sometimes. But it's all good. Yeah, I guess I do a little bit. The count is 3-2. Boyd sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be chopped foul again. He's just staying alive, folks. Oh my goodness, that was the 10th pitch of the at bat. As long as the Dodgers or Yankees don't win at all, I think most people feel that way, Chris. Yeah, I agree myself. This is the 11th pitch of the at bat. Boyd just letting out a deep breath. He's like, unbelievable. 3-2. Boyd sets, looks back at second, rocks and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And another one's going to score as Vaughn heads to the plate. It is now 4-1 Brewers. They will make you pay, folks. That's just what the Brewers do. You put a guy on, and the Brewers will make you pay. And it looks like Craig Counsell has seen enough. The Brewers knock out the starting pitcher here in the first inning. 4 runs, and of course they're still not done, as Joey Ortiz will be, of course, coming to the plate, but we will have a pitching change. Boyd is done. I won't be saying what Bob Costas said to the Cubs reliever, but you make the argument. I'll say it. I think, what was it, the Pedro Strop, or Strop coming out as he exits, looking up at some deceased relative, looking down at him in shame or something like that. I'm like, what in the world, Costas? What are you talking about? That was, of course, I butchered that, but yeah, that's great stuff. Yeah, you got the Cubs, James, Chris, yes, Jason. Again, I appreciate you, man. Dude, you are a legend. You are a legend, man. I really do appreciate you. Pitching change. Yeah, Millie. The Brewers looking good. For all those who said the Brew Crew was going to choke in the... Well, again, obviously you want... everyone wants to remain positive. But again, you don't want to be too high on yourselves. We still have 8 more innings left. I mean, that is just... Yeah, I mean, there's still too much baseball left to really say much. Holy moly, yep, yeah, indeed. Does that mean they're going to try and underhand it instead? No. I mean, No, they're not going to be doing like the bringing in position players. I don't think I've ever seen that for a playoff game. This will be huge for the rest of the series. Tie with the bullpen. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm getting the bots now. It skipped all over your comments. Let's back that out. Get them out of there. It's only the first inning. There's a lot of baseball. Yep. I'm not counting out the Cubs. I'm a neutral party, but I'm just saying I would not count out the Cubs, World Series, Phillies, and Yankees. I could see it. But again, a lot of teams I could see. Again, this is your pitcher now for the Cubs, Michael Soroka. In the regular season, 3-8, 4.1 or 4.52 ERA. For the postseason, 1.17. Oh wait, no, that's career postseason. So for this postseason, 0 ERA for him. Yeah, the bots are bad. They're going to score more. I mean, they may. Soroka does set, looks over at first. He's still set, kicks and deals. That is in there, but not called a strike. So it's 1-0 to Joey Ortiz. Can't cut. Yeah, no, he can't. He can't really. I think, again, it could still be a close game in the ninth. It really could. 1-0 is the count. Soroka looks over at first, rocks and fires. That is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Cubs aren't a rally team. They get down. They typically stay down. Well, hey, tell you what. We'll get to see if that is correct here, Andre. Again, it's playoff baseball. Counting me out, but who asked me? Well, I mean, again, you feel free to. Free speech here for the most part. For the most part, folks. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. Oh, Soroka not happy. Did catch a piece of the zone. Could be 1-2 in some alternate reality, but this one, it's 3-0. This is the number 9 hitter again, Joey Ortiz. Not known for his hitting, but he's a pretty good fielder. 3-0 count. A pickoff attempt, but he's back safe and sound. Honestly, a wise decision there to, again, you're down 3-0. Bases loaded would just bring the Brewers fan base, the crowd, just electric. Again, the count is 3-0 to Ortiz. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Soroka sets, rocks, and fires. That is outside for ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk to Joey Ortiz, the number 9 hitter. And that will bring up Jackson Chourio. And, of course, he's 1 for 1. Again, he already batted this inning. So they have batted around. Again, Chourio. We'll see a situation where they're up 4-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Not being biased, but I do believe Yelich deserves a World Series. Yeah, he's been pretty good for a while. Pretty good for sure. He's had a nice little renaissance. He was kind of dipping down for a few years there, but now he's refining his form. That's good to see. Here's the 0-1. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. The count is 0-2 to Chourio, who, again, is already 1 for 1 in this one. And I believe it was a double, if memory serves. If it's correct there. Here's the 0-2. That is outside, and it's 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. A lot of Brewers fans, they are very much loud and very excited. 1-2 count. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get past the diving shortstop. There is one. Going to throw it home, and he is safe. It's now 6-1 Brewers. What a first inning for the Brewers, the Brew Crew. They are just dominating. Viva la Rhino. Oh, yeah, for sure, Doug. You want Mariners or Brewers to win it all. That's fair. Again, you get a team that really hasn't been able to. Yeah, that'd be good. MLB would hate it. I assure you they would. But again, the Brewers here are already up 6-1. And we're still in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Bryce Terang with runners on first and second with 2 outs. Again, he doubled in the first, or still in this inning. Here's the pitch. That is outside, and it's 1-0. This is now the 11th batter of the inning. This game started 30 minutes ago. We're still in the first. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. And it's 1-1. Seth says he hates the Cubs. So are we still saying the Cubs are in it? Andre, I'd like to invite you to a certain baseball game I saw the Pirates and Rockies play where one team was up 9-0 and lost. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be outside, and it's 3-0. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was actually a very devastating game for me. 2-1. I thought it was 3-0. Maybe not. All right, anyway, here's the 2-1. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. And it's 2-2, according to TBS. I see them give Peralta some run support. Oh, yeah, I would say he's got plenty of run support here. I would say the Pirates, but we felt bad and took a vacation to let another team. Oh, yeah, for sure. Soroka is awful. He's not looking good right now. 2-2 count. Soroka looks back, kicks and deals. Swing! And a miss. He struck him out. But the Brewers get a standing ovation, and well-deserved so, because, again, 6 runs in the first inning. They lead 6-1 as we head to the top of the second. And Council can't believe it. Brewers are heating up. I would say that's an understatement, Seth. They look pretty good. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is a growing channel. So make sure to like and subscribe to be a part of this growing channel. Again, I cover the NFL, I cover MLB, and, of course, college football. And, of course, I'll throw in some other things later down the road as well. I promised Draven. I promised Draven I'd cover a hockey game. So, yeah. About time. No offense, you need to name the hockey. Well, I mean, they're even teams, Andre. I mean, that's the thing. You know, it's not like they're an unbalanced team, and I'm sure, again, it's happened plenty of times where one team would be up, that's very good, and then another team comes back. Again, plenty of baseball, only 5 runs. I mean, what you're insinuating, Andre, is that no other team in baseball history has scored more than 5 runs from innings 2 to 9. I mean, that's what you're telling me. I can't count on another team. I mean, yeah, it might continue. It might be 20-3. You're right, it could be. And then, you know, just, again, baseball's so random. You just never know how it's going to go. You just never know. Pirates vs. Rockies. Yeah, no, again, that was bad. That was pretty bad. Pirates are property free. I mean, I understand that, but I'm just saying baseball is baseball. You never know what could happen on any given day. You really can't. So, no, I mean, if the Cubs come back and win, what are you going to say then? You know, again, I can't say that this game is over. I've seen too much baseball this year for me to say that this one is over. I've seen too much baseball in my lifetime for me to say that this game is over. Happ, Kelly, and Crow Armstrong are going to be due up here in the top of the second inning. Ian Happ finally getting his first hit of the series. He was like 0 for, I believe, 10 whenever he came up to the plate late in the Padres series. Now he's 1 for 11, so yeah, batting .091 in the postseason with an OPS, of course, of .273. Fun fact, the longest baseball game played was 33 innings over 2 days and 8 hours. I would hate that. That would be the worst thing that could happen for me. Yes, I would not like that at all. Again, Peralta's going to be out there for the second inning. Leadoff shot by Michael Busch, but then since then, it's Peralta looked pretty good. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be yanked to right, and that is going to be foul. I think it had the distance, too. So 0-1 to Ian Happ. Apparently, the Brewers were batting for 26 minutes. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. And that's going to be caught for out number 1. So Happ goes down. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly batting .375, OPS of .1250, 1 homer, 1 RBI. Cubs vs. D-backs, huge comeback from the, oh my gosh, well, I was reading and then all the bots came. Again, Kelly at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a call strike. Cubs vs. D-backs, huge comeback from the D-backs, but fell short at the end. as far as 4 home runs. I think I know what you're talking about. That game was like 2-1, and then it ended up being like 14-12. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in the dirt 1-1. I actually covered that game as well on the channel. But you're right, it's not over till it's over. Just don't see the Cubs coming back. To say they would win means the Cubs will have to hold them to a score more than 5. Oh, yeah, again. Well, again, what did the Brewers just do? Again, the Cubs are here in the same series with them. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be low, and it's 2-1. Again, I don't want to knock the other team here, a team that has scored a lot of runs as well during the regular season. 2-1, here is the pitch. That's going to be yanked to the left, and that is going foul. So that's 2 pitches here that they've made really good contact, but he just hasn't been able to straighten it out. Ignore the bots. Yeah, it's hard to ignore. That's something I have a problem with. I always address everything that I find wrong with anything. I will say it. 2-2 is the count. Peralta delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Kelly as there's now 2 outs here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, and he was another guy that just was struggling in the series against the Padres, but was able to put together a nice final day as he's now batting 300 for this playoff series or playoff postseason, whatever am I talking about. That's a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. We're just going to ignore that call. That's a terrible call as Crow Armstrong gets on with a single. I think that happens when I'm talking too much. All right, so yeah, Crow Armstrong is in at first. He's good. He is continuing to play well. And that'll bring up Dansby Swanson, who's 2 for 9 in the postseason. Also has an RBI. So runner on first, 2 outs. Peralta sets, rocks, and fires. That is in there for a called strike. Yankees versus Blue Jays, too close to predict. Yeah, I agree as well. The count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 0-2. Swanson during the regular season, 24 homers, an OPS of 717, batted .244 as far as batting average is concerned. So 0-2 is the count. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That is high for ball 1. Contreras fakes the throw, but, well, that was a fake. Wow, we already gave up 6 runs. RC, yeah, no, the Brewers looking good. Looked really good in the first inning. The count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Peralta looking really good ever since the opening home run. We head to the bottom of the second. The Brewers, of course, leading 6-1 over the Cubs. Absolutely disgusting. Well, again, plenty of baseball left. Plenty of baseball left for sure. Folks, again, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like MLB, NFL, college football, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. The goal for me is to cover pretty much, I want to say like every single NL playoff game, at least for the most part. I won't be covering the one tonight, but as far as Brewers Cubs, I will be prioritizing Brewers Cubs because of the support that I've received from both fan bases. The Brewers fans, of course, a lot, but of course I've seen a lot of Cubs support in the last month or so. So yeah, again, count me in for that Cubs Brewers at 8 o'clock on Monday for sure. That you can just pencil me in there. Dodgers Phillies just depends if I can get home from work in time. I don't know, but I can guarantee you I'll be prioritizing the playoffs over Monday Night Football and all that stuff. Sundays, it just depends. Let me check to see on Sunday. Really just depends. That is an AL matchup, so I don't have to worry about that. And of course, I will be covering a little bit of the AL, not too much. But yeah, rest assured though that I will be prioritizing this series for the NL for the NLDS. And, of course, the NLCS, I'll be covering that as well. Regardless, I don't really do well with the Dodgers games. And, of course, the Phillies, I don't do well there either when I cover the games. But, again, I will have a team that I usually do well with. So, again, that's going to be awesome. So, yeah, make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That's it. Delay. End the series. We're getting swept. I don't know about all that. I wouldn't mind if the Cubs take this series. Every city deserves at least one thing to be proud of. I guess so. Let's see. What time is the college game you're calling? It's going to be at 6 o'clock. Again, the college games, I don't really pick the big ones, folks. So don't, if you don't show up to those, it's no biggie. It's no biggie at all. I don't know how teams fight throughout the season just for them to get decided by a 3-game. Yeah, well, I think that's more because the regular season is just too long. I think it is kind of a bummer, though. Like the Padres, all those teams, they were down, like the Reds, again, not saying they were good, but they're out in 2 games. It's kind of a bummer, especially after all that, the long regular season. This is William Contreras. He's 1 for 1. Of course, he doubled earlier. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball. Actually, it's off his foot, so that's going to be a foul ball. And it's 0-1. And after this, I'll be sure to check out some college football scores. But yeah, as far as my college football games, again, I kind of just do like the group of 5. Pretty much teams that, you wouldn't normally cover. That's kind of what I have to do at this stage of my YouTube career. As here is the 0-1. That's going to be ripped to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The Brewers may still be thinking it's the first inning. That'll bring up Christian Yelich, who's 0 for 1. Just ripped it to left. He just said it was a hard hit ball. It was. Just got a good piece of that one. Christian Yelich at the plate now. Runner on first. Again, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Brewers leading 6-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that is outside, and it's 1-0. Fun fact, Milwaukee and Chicago are about 90. Yeah, I saw that actually earlier on here. I didn't realize they were that close. The count is 1-0 as Soroka sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. One and 1 is the count to Christian Yelich. The only player remaining from the 2018 NLCS team. I didn't know that. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low, and it's 2-1. I guess they are kind of a young team. And I know it's going to be kind of shocking when I say this, but 2018 was actually 7 years ago. That makes us all feel old, I'm sure. That is a wow. That is a wow fact. Here's the 2-1. That is outside, and it's 3-1. Of course, if you're a youngster, you're like, what? 2018, it's not that long ago. It is long ago. Once you hit a certain age, you just can't believe certain things. 2005 was 20 years ago. Jeez, 3-1 is the count. Soroka kicks and deals. Ground ball, and that's going to get through. Horner couldn't quite get there in time as he made a nice dive for it. So look at that. Runners on first and second for the Brewers with still nobody out. The Brewers are just hitting with the side of more hits. This is Andrew Vaughn. I believe he walked in his first appearance. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. Let me go ahead and mute that. Don't waste all our hits in the first game. Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. 0-1 count. Soroka sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Vaughn, again, walked early and, of course, came across score. Most of the runners that did go get on base earlier came across the score. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Happ is there. He's going to throw it in. Contreras is held up. Unbelievable. These Brewers, they are just, man, I don't know what else to say. They are looking pretty good. Bye-bye, Cubbies. It's been nice knowing us. Oh, man. Cubs fans probably not enjoying it right now. I don't blame you guys, as Sal Frelick is coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1, but did come across to score. Here's the pitch. Swing, and it was, and the bat goes flying. That was interesting. 0-1 to Frelick. Frelick was trying to send this to Chicago, I'm assuming. Oh, and 1 count again to Sal Frelick. Runners everywhere. They're loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. And they haven't even scored yet, and they're looking really good. They scored obviously all 6 runs in the first, but they haven't scored this inning. A little bit of a delay here as Frelick steps back into the box. 0-1 count. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 96 on the fastball. Somebody stabbed Mark Sanchez. No way. Is that legit? What the heck? I'll have to check that out. That's crazy. It's a weird world out there, man. Here's the 0-2. That is a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2. Is he okay? Is he okay, Hammer? Hopefully he's okay. Geez, The count is 1-2. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Soroka rocks and fires. That is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Remember, yes, I do remember Eugene Mason, a.k.a. Mason. Yeah, let me go ahead and see if I can find anything here. That's pretty wild. It's just a crazy world, man. 2-2 count. Soroka sets, rocks and fires. Frelick hits this to left. That is going to be caught by Happ. He's going to throw it in. They're going to hold him up because, again, that wasn't really deep into left. So that will bring up Caleb Durbin with, again, bases loaded. Let me go and look it up here. You saw the headline? What the heck? He's in stable condition. What in the world? He stabbed in Indianapolis. What in the world? This world is just messed up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center, and that's a little blooper. That's going to get down. Contreras is going to score, throwing to the plate, and another run will score as Yelich comes through. It's 8-1, Milwaukee over Chicago. A little blooper. Oh, man, everything is going right for the Brewers, but not so much for the Cubs. Injured in Indianapolis on Saturday, is currently recovering in the hospital. The incident occurred, I guess, about 2 hours ago. That's insane, man. It's an isolated incident between two men, not a random act. It's not a random act of violence. Wow. Well, hopefully he's going to be okay. I doubt he calls a game tomorrow. There's no way. Critical. I read stable, but geez, there is a delay here, a mound visit, I believe. I was reading Mark Sanchez apparently has been stabbed, but he is in the hospital and seems to be, I think he's going to be okay. I read stable condition in the article, but But all right, looks like again Soroka's still in. This is Blake Perkins. It's sad and wicked. It is. It's just unbelievable, man. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Runners on first and second with one out. Brewers, of course, that's not a false scoreboard. It's 8-1. What the heck's going on in Milwaukee? Robert, they are just hitting. They know how to hit. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1. Prayers for Mark Andre being passive-aggressive about the plenty of baseball left. 1-1 count. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball that is outside, and it's 2-1. It's just an isolated. Yeah, because honestly, Chris, it's like there's so many random acts. It's like crazy. So I don't know. It's weird. Like it's like, well, it's not random, but still, it's still horrible. Here's the 2-1. That's gonna be cut on and fouled back, and it's 2-2. Saw your YouTube channel. They'll be streaming one of my favorite NFL teams tomorrow, the Vikings. Oh yeah, I got you tomorrow morning. Doing 2 games tomorrow. Count is 2-2 again. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Soroka kicks and deals. That is going to be ripped to first. And looks like Bush is going to beat him to the bag for out number 2. So almost at the hour point in this one. And we're still in the second inning. Joey Ortiz coming to the plate. Runners on second and third. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Of course, he walked earlier. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, and it's 1-0. The Brewers just hit. That is what they do. Count is 1-0 to Joey Ortiz. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, and it's 2-0. Soroka asking for some new baseballs. Two and 0 count. Soroka sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, and it's 3-0. Cubs are on the second. Yeah, they're still on Soroka. Soroka at 37 pitches. They were hoping that he could eat some innings because he is like a former starter. But I don't know. Here's the 3-0. That is outside, and it's ball 4. They just cannot locate the strike zone. There is going to be a Malvis. That's going to be it for Soroka. Oh, my goodness. Counsell coming out. He's getting booed. Man. And, yeah, they're going to go to the pen. So Soroka is done. Boyd and Soroka just couldn't get the job done. We're going to see a new pitcher. That's going to be Aaron Savali. It's another former starter, so they're hoping he can eat some innings here. Hasn't pitched yet in this postseason. But in the regular season was he had a 4.85 ERA with a whip of a 1.26. Yeah, it has been that type of day again. Third pitcher already. And these guys aren't like one inning relievers. They are legit people that can go the distance. Let's see. They can score all these runs, so can the Cubs. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Again, the Cubs have a good offense, but right now the Cubs pitchers are not doing them any favors. They're going to end up having these 10 pitchers. Yeah, I could see it. Damn right, good. Cubs need to give the Brewers a buzz haircut. They're too comfortable in the box. I don't like throwing at players, especially at the head. But you got to change something up. I will say that. Wheels falling off. One pitcher per inning. Yeah, honestly. It's the pocket pancakes. Lost me there. I have no idea, but But, yeah, unless you're a Brewers fan, this game is like watching paint dry. Yep. Council's getting booed in Milwaukee. It sounded like him. I don't know if they were booing him or just booing the pitching change. I'm not too sure, Hammer, but it sounded like boos. So we're back. Again, we're not too... We will check out some college football scores a little bit later after this half inning. Let me go and refresh this. That way they're fresh whenever we come back. But absolutely is getting booed. He left his home state for money. There it is, right there. Right there is the reason. But all right, again, this is the second inning. Jackson Chourio coming to the plate. This is going to be his third at-bat. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Yeah, the fans hated when he left the Chicago. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. He left Chicago, or left for Chicago for the money. That's pretty brutal. All right, Savali sets and kicks and deals. That is outside, but it's called a strike. Don't worry, says the Brewers stink. They really do stink today. 8 runs already here in the second inning. 0-1 count, Savali. Rocks and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-1. Brewers trade Savali to the White Sox for Vaughn for not being a team player. Oh, really? Or he wants the Cubs. Coach Murphy and did pulling out pancakes from his... Oh, okay. Interesting. Here's the 1-1. That is going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 1-2. He's always a clutch utility guy for me on MLB The Show in the mid-2000s. Yeah, I remember him. I actually remember him in 2K5, or was it 6? 2K6. I have my PlayStation 2 games up there, so... Yeah, 2K6. I remember Craig Counsell. 1-2 count. Savali sets, rocks, and fires. That is outside, and it's 2-2. Don't blame him, though. I would have taken the money, too. I mean, it just depends how much more. I don't know. Like me, I like, let's just say I'm coaching the Steelers and the Ravens offer me like another $1 million. I think I'm staying in Pittsburgh. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to third. Oh, what a play by Shaw. Throws to first. Not in time. That was a great stop by Shaw. It does save a run, but a run does score. Because if it got past him for sure, you're looking at 10-1 right now. Oh, that was a great play by Matt Shaw. Just couldn't get enough on it. It was a 2-hopper. That'll bring up Bryce Terang, who's 1 for 2. Again, the Brewers leading 9-1. I don't seethe with bitterness. No, I do not. I do not seethe with bitterness. Not really a congrats. I mean, these guys want to win. Their teams want to win. Did you see my message? I guess. I don't know. What did you want to say? When did you last say anything? I'm scrolling now. I don't see anything. I have no idea what in the world you're talking about. Let me go ahead and remove it, though. Too loud. Too loud, Gene. All right, again, it's bases loaded here with 2 outs. Bryce Terang coming to the plate. They are having a little bit of discussion here. And actually, Chourio's going to the bench. Chourio doesn't look happy. He may be injured, folks. So Chourio is done, actually, for the game. I mean, hopefully it is not a serious injury, but yeah, no, it's hopefully he's okay. This is Terang, bases loaded, 2 outs. As Savali rocks and fires, that is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Chouro's hurt, yeah. I don't know what happened. He was pretty mad. He was punching a helmet when he was heading in. The count is 1-0 to Bryce Terang. Savali sets, kicks, and deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not, and it's 2-0. That's because they are both your divisional enemies. I mean, when you stink, It's not a big deal. That's how I see it. The count is 2-0. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. It was a $4.5 million pay raise per year. I mean, that's tough to pass up. The count is 2-1. Savali sets, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. And it's 2-2. Again, there's bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Brewers leading 9-1. The Churio has exited with an apparent injury. And Brewers fans hoping, of course, that is just a one-game thing. 2-2. Savali delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Savali might be the guy that maybe keeps the Brewers off the scoreboard for a little bit. As we head to the top of the third inning, the Brewers leading the Cubs 9-1. Gonna be a long day for the Cubs. Brewers won't stop. They want to kill their spirit. Yeah, we'll see. Again, right now it's trending that way. So what steps do you think the black and gold will take to ensure they actually compete next season? I don't know. I want to see them spend money on the offense. Pitching is fine. The pitching is good for the Pirates, but they're just not. I mean, they just don't have any hitting. All right, well, we'll go ahead and take a mini break here again. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll be sure to add you guys to the list a little bit later. Again, Bad Frequencies, Jason P. Appreciate you guys. But yes, scoreboard sponsors, Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez. Sorry you can't hammer. Those guys are indeed scoreboard sponsors. Let's check out college football, see what's happening. Georgia up over Kentucky 35-7. Cincinnati up on Iowa State 31-22. Iowa State, though, is driving. Michigan up 24-10 over Wisconsin. Illinois up 40-27 on Purdue. Sorry, hammer. Pittsburgh up 48-0 over Boston College. They'll still blow the lead somehow. Of course, I'm kidding. But had there been more time left, yeah. Clemson up over North Carolina 38-10. Baylor up 32-31 over Kansas State. Navy up 34-31 over Air Force. Army up 31-7 over UAB. Ohio over Ball State 14-12. Wake Forest 24. Virginia Tech 17. UTSA is down to Temple 17-14. NC State 41. Campbell 7. And Massachusetts 3. Western Michigan nothing. And I guess this one just started. Arizona and Oklahoma State. Arizona leading 7-0. Up for the Cubs will be Shaw, Bush, and Horner. Again, folks, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. 9 runs and 2. Yeah, it is in Saint Z. Danielis, hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo no hablo español, pero comprende un poquito, muy poquito. If this keeps up in the 7th, they should start subbing some backups in. I agree. If it's like a blowout, I would say to get that knucklehead, what's his name, off the team. He's not a fan friendly knucklehead. Oh, it's Tommy Pham. Yeah, Tommy Pham. He actually wasn't too bad, believe it or not. But yeah, I mean, definitely want some. Want some better players for sure. But it's not good if he's one of your best players. All right, again, this is Matt Shaw coming to the plate. He was 0 for 7 in the series against the Padres. Isaac Collins going to be taking over for Chorio, so he'll be in left. As Peralta sets, rocks and fires. That is high, and it's ball 1. They have zoomed in the camera now on the pitcher. From what I can tell, I don't know. Virginia Tech will win the Natty. Okay. Here's the 1-0. That's inside, and it's 2-0. Almost hit Shaw. Sure you'll hit your props. Yeah, that's what matters. No, yeah, hopefully he's okay. Here's the 2-0. That's right down the middle for a called strike, 92 on the gun. The Brewers knocking out the Cubs? Yeah, they might. It's only one game, folks. I do want to remind you guys of that. 2-1. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. Cut on and fouled back, and that'll make it 2-2. It's been all Brewers in this one. 9-1 here in the top of the third. Already an hour We're just starting the third inning. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be inside. Did he go? He did not. And it's 3-2 to the rookie third baseman. Count is 3-2 as they show off some Cubs fans in the crowd. They don't look too happy. I understand why they wouldn't. As here's the 3-2. Shaw hits this to the left, but that's going to be foul. First game is important. Yes, I do agree with that. Still got to win 10 more. 10 more. Yeah. In a 5-game series, anything can happen. Yep, I agree. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 4. And Contreras immediately going to have a little chat with him. With Peralta, it seems like. Or no, there's no chat. Oh, wait, no, there is a chat. Just making sure this is live. It is live. All right, again, this is Michael Busch. He led off the game with the home run. And since then, though, it's been nothing for the Cubs. But for the postseason, batting .455, OPS of 1538. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. 2 homers, 2 RBIs for Michael Busch. I don't know. Who's Val? No, I'm not familiar with Val. Here's the 1-0, and Busch hits this to right center, but Perkins is there to make the catch for out number 1. All right, with 1 out with the man on at first. That'll bring up Nico Horner. Spanning .333, OPS of 725, no homers, 1 RBI. Val, I'm not familiar with Val. Peralta sets and fires. That is in there for a called strike. Contreras faking the throw to first, but no throw. The count is 0-1. Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. That is in there, but not called a strike. And it's 1-1. Channel in the chat. Yeah, why not? It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Here's the 1-1. This is a one-time thing, though. I will say that. It's a break ball in the dirt. Again, it's 2-1 now. I'll click on it. I'm just curious. I always like looking to see what else is out there, what else I can improve on. Here's the 2-1. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. See if the competition is, how I can be better. What they're doing. 2-2 is the count. Again, runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the third. Brewers all over the Cubs, 9-1. Peralta sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 97 on the fastball. Just blew it right past him. Valhalla Sports Talk. Valhalla. That sounds familiar. Yes, I've never seen him, but I actually have. According to the analytics on my channel, I have a lot of viewers that apparently look at him. So I have seen that name before. Peralta sets, and he fires. That's cut on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Valhalla Sports Talk. He does Dodgers games. Yeah, that's okay. Well, I've seen that name only on the analytics. I haven't really seen it much, like as far as him. I have not really looked at him. Here's the 0-1. That's cut on and fouled back. Again, this is Kyle Tucker at the plate for the postseason. Batting .250 OPS of 500. This is awesome. Council just wants to find A hole to hide in, yeah. He's got 26,000 subs. Geez, He's doing the Dodgers. He's also doing Vikings-Browns tomorrow. Here's the 0-2. That is outside, and it's 1-2. So he just does like the big market games pretty much. Yeah, Dodgers. Yankees, Dodgers. I got you. Interesting. 1-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That is inside, and it's 2-2. Interesting. Again, 2-2 count to Kyle Tucker. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Of course, the Cubs, as you can see, they are way down, but got a nickel and dime them every inning or so, as that's going to be outside, and it's 3-2 Contreras telling Peralta, hey, you're good. That was way outside, though. Just wanted to stop by and leave a like. Got to do Washington, Maryland. Hey, good luck. Good luck with that. 3-2. Peralta delivers. That is a foul tip. Tucker just gets a piece of it, trying to stay alive. He almost got talked. I almost talked him into doing UFC. This guy. Again, it's 3-2 to Kyle Tucker. 2 outs. Man on at first. Top of the third inning. Again, they got to get something going. Peralta sets and fires. That is outside, ball 4. Bat flips the walk. Contreras kind of looking at him now. Interesting. A lot of attitude there with Tucker. I don't understand that. Johnny Sparks, baseball. Yes. Baseball indeed. Now I need some more water. I think I should have brought another one. I got 2 of them. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. This is Seiya Suzuki, batting .250, OPS of .917, 1 homer, 1 RBI in the postseason. 0-1 count. Peralta sets and fires. Ground ball. That's going foul. Probably going to have the worst Brown stream this week. For some reason, everyone's covered. Well, it's not that. It's not because it's the Browns. It's because it's a standalone game. Not many people wake up early. I actually have more success when I do the early games. So that's kind of my attitude with it. But yeah, folks, again, if you like sports, if you like NFL, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. I call games. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's breaking ball. Called strike 3. He struck him out. Just got a piece of the zone. Suzuki can't believe it. It did indeed just get a piece of the zone. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 9-1. Milwaukee over Chicago. He couldn't believe it. Brewers are winning because Council's no longer the manager. There we go. Randy, happy Council's gone. Millie. Is that cricket, Millie? I'm not much of a cricket guy. But yeah. Shout out cricket, I guess. Just got on, can't believe the score. I know. It's pretty crazy. Why doesn't my thumbs up work? Wow. I have no idea. Robert, that's kind of a bummer. Someone, if you can, make up for Robert's like not working. Make sure to like and subscribe. Pressing that button helps out small channels like mine. Again, we're a growing channel, folks. Just as when we started this, pretty much with the opening day, we were at 30 subs, and now we're over 1,000. So again, make sure to join this fast growing channel, and we might be onto something special. The magic number for subs in a year apparently is 1,000. We've crushed that, so we are on our way to great things. Just feel free to stop on in and feel free to join. Again, subscribe to this channel that is growing and growing and growing in NFL, MLB, and college football. So make sure to do it. Let's see. Michigan beat Wisconsin by 14. Oh, geez. see here. Johnny doing the like. You thought it was a baseball bat and a ball. Oh, it's all good. You're welcome, Millie. You're welcome. Again, feel free to hang on out in here, of course. Hopefully I earned that like and subscribe button being pushed because, again, those are very helpful to the channel. Again, this is what I do. This is what I do. It's what I've been doing. I've been calling baseball. Most of the time it's Pirates, but it's about 60% of the time. The other 40%, I bounce around Major League Baseball. And, of course, again, I love the NFL. NFL really is my number one, but I am prioritizing the postseason when it comes to some NFL games. So I will be sure to do that. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe. You always forget to like, camera. It's okay. You've been very supportive of the channel regardless. So I'll let it slide, but it is very helpful. When Bush came in and hit that leadoff homer, is like Cubs going to be a problem? Yep. They haven't looked good. I don't know if slashed is the right word there. Don't worry. I don't know if that's the right word. He did get stabbed, and again, he is okay from what I have seen. He's in the hospital. I doubt he calls a game tomorrow. I just don't see it happening. So hopefully he's okay. Obviously, hopefully he's okay, and he's just another human being. I mean, I don't know. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of violence. I don't think anyone really is. But here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-1 is the count. And hopefully he's okay. Again, from what I've seen, he's in stable condition. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper to third. Shaw has it. Throws to first. Nice play by Shaw for out number 1. All right, 1 out. That'll bring up Christian Yelich. It's 1 for 2. I don't think it was a molly. Yeah, I don't know about that. Did they catch person? I actually don't know. I didn't. Hammer might know. I think he finished the article. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Praying he's okay. Yeah, I hope he is okay as well. You said at the beginning the Brewers will punish you for letting batters on base. Yep, exactly, Jason. I mean, I've just been looking at the Brewers games that I've covered. It just seems like that's what they do. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. They just take advantage of people being on base. It's like I don't know, their clutch ratings, I think, in MLB 26th the show better be all above 90. That's all I'm going to say. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, that's cut on and fouled back, and it's 1-2. It's a hamstring for Churias. Oh, man. Ooh. I don't know. That doesn't seem good. Count is 1-2 to Yelich as Savali's in, looking to keep this 9-1. The windup and the pitch. Cut on and hit to left. It's not quite playable, and that's foul. Choria, yeah. Charlie Kirk leaned left when he was shot. I mean, he did. I don't know. I don't really want to get too much into that, but yeah. I don't know what else to really say there. Here's the 1-2. That is upstairs ball 2, obviously. I hated that. That had happened, of course. Definitely thought about it for days after. I really did, to be honest. Here's the 2-2. That's a grounder to second. Tosses to first for out number 2. 2 away for the Brewers. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. It's 1 for 1 on the day, and I believe he also walked. I'm assuming bringing it up because of the stabbing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Savali kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Vaughn. Again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Brewers leading 9-1. Cubs looking to be like, to have the first inning to where the Brewers don't even score. Here's the 0-1. That is going to be cut on and hit to right. Suzuki at the warning track, but he makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the fourth. For the first time, the Brewers don't score in an inning. It's 9-1 in this one. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This one I do NFL, college football, and, of course, Major League Baseball. That was what you are listening to. So make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Let's check out some other scores from across college football. Yeah, you guys are being interesting there in the comments. Coffee Beans and Warner Hernandez. Sorry, Cat and Hammer. Thank you guys so much for your support. Again, I appreciate you guys as you guys sponsor this. I'll just go over a few of them. Cincinnati up over Iowa State 38-22. Purdue not going to beat Illinois. Sorry, Hammer, 43-27. Clemson up 38-10 over North Carolina. Baylor up 35-34 over Kansas State. Wake Forest 24, Virginia Tech 20. Temple 24, UTSA 21. NC State 49, Campbell 7. Okay, no one really cares about those guys. No offense if you guys do care about those guys. Final scores: Georgia over Kentucky 35-14. Michigan over Wisconsin 24-10. Pittsburgh over Boston College 48-7. Navy over Air Force 48-31. Army over UAB 31-13. And Ball State over Ohio 20-14. Grab a Snicker. Yeah, I might need it. Hey, man, I've been listening, but haven't been able to watch being at work. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. I've seen you in the channel for the past few weeks. I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot that, hey, you guys listen to me. Again, there's a lot of other options out there, so I really do appreciate it. Magic Man, let's go. How's it going, Magic Man? Good to see ya. Brewers, again, looking really good. Really good here. Again, the Brewers just pretty much in control. Cubs looking to get something going here. They are just flailing and failing right now. They got to get it together. But this might just be a blowout in game 1. It may. I don't know. Still plenty of baseball though. Most definitely. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, Eric. I'm hanging in there. I am hanging in there. I imagine just like everybody else, really. Dang, ESPN, nobody cares about the Tar Heels. I guess. I mean, I'm not saying the Tar Heels are great, but Texas, I mean, sorry, Hammer. To me, they're just like Penn State. They're overrated and not very good, to be honest. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. I think both teams have yet to even beat a Power 4 opponent. So they're only ranked because of what they did last year. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. Happ doesn't like the call. Again, today's 0 for 1. For the postseason, he is 1 for 12. So again, he's kind of been struggling last few games. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Pretty sure we're losing Churio. He hurt the same hamstring that he was out for in August. Oh, man. Jeez. Yeah, hamstring, that's tough to come back from. As that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out with the breaking ball. And that'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly in the postseason is 3 for 9 with the home run. Go Brewers. What's up, Dr. Lane? Good to see you, Travis. Thank you. Again, sorry about the Giants not making it in there. I can't remember your football team. You said, what is your football team again, Travis? Is that's going to be outside for ball 197 on the gun. Kelly today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Cancel out, smart himself again. Should have started Colin Ray, yeah. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be low, and it's 2-0. Maybe he goes Colin Ray in game 2, and maybe, again, they can even up the series. Would not surprise me. 2-0 counts. Here's the pitch. Kelly sends this to center. Perkins, though, is already under it and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away, that'll bring up PCA. Look at me rhyming. It's 1 for 1 in the game so far, 4 for 11 in the postseason. So he's batting .364, an OPS of 728. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That's a swing and a foul ball, 0-1. Dolphins, oh yeah, Tyreek Hill. Yep. I saw that live. That was just unfortunate. You never know. You never know. Maybe they can get it together. I thought they'd be a little bit better than that, but they don't look all that great. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be popped up, and that is playable. And it looks like Vaughn is going to make the catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Brewers leading 9-1 over the Cubs. Yeah, maybe it zeros the rest of the way here. I don't know. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Made some banging chili today. There we go. It is, I guess, getting close to chili season down here. We're still in the 80s here in Texas, or at least where I live, upper 80s, but it's approaching, the 50s. Maybe we'll see that more in November, late November. But, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. My wife can make some really good chili. You'll see Boyd on Wednesday. Okay. Nice. Oh, Cubs are punting. Yeah, I don't know. The Dolphins, again, I think they put up a decent fight against the Bills on Thursday night. But, again, that's just one stupid penalty on one of the players. Just kind of gave it to the Bills, in my opinion. And then they looked really good against the Jets. So, they're 1-3. I can't remember who they play. At Carolina. That's a winnable game. That's winnable. You win that, you're 2-3. And again, just like that, you're kind of back in it despite the 0-3 start. Cubs are punting. They are not looking great. I don't know. They're just not really looking good. They're kind of carrying over what they did against San Diego in the series, which wasn't a lot of scoring. Again, the San Diego-Chicago series, the winner just had 3 runs every game. Obviously, you're going to need a lot more of that in this one. In fact, 9 runs. So there you go. But, yeah, it's trending for a Brewers victory. But, again, baseball, you just never know. On any given at-bat, anything could happen. But right now, the Cubs look pretty lost at the plate. I forgot when the other game starts. When does that other game start? I'm trying to think. New York and Toronto actually going to get started in about 30 minutes. And then Los Angeles and Philly in about 3 hours. You think the Cubs are doing great? Yeah, I bet Brewers fans think that. Yep. Got about 3 hours, 3.5 hours until the next stream. Man, I was hoping I'd get a little bit of a break. I should, but man, I want at least an hour and a half or so. All right, again, Frelick will be at the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this one. If I had to guess, Savali's out there, he is. As here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 0-1 is the count to Sal Frelick. As Savali kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The Brewers leading off with a single. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin. Durbin is 1 for 2 today. Cubs need Skeens. Too bad. Too bad. They need to send us everybody they have, and even then. Again, runner on at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Caleb Durbin, the rookie third baseman, up at the plate. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 90 on the gun. Let's go, Brewers. I'm from Milwaukee. Oh, okay, Eric. From Milwaukee itself. 0-1 count. Savali sets and delivers. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. It's 0-2. Eating wings, watching the crew on TV, and listening to your play-by-play. Pretty good day. Thank you. Thank you again. I try, folks. I try to imitate the broadcasters. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to center. PCA at the wall makes the catch for out number 1. Throws it in. Frelick running back to first. Gave it a good ride, but just couldn't get it out there. So close, though. Probably another 10 feet. This is Blake Perkins. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Got a runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Tore us up. He's an awesome pitcher. He is. He's very good. Savali delivers. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Though I will say he's one of a lot of people say there's not many pitchers anymore. He's a thrower. I would say he's more of a thrower. He's just really good. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be cut on and hit to left, and that's going foul. He does have good stuff though, so maybe he isn't really a thrower. He is a pitcher. He's just 6'7" and 240 and just huge. The count is 0-2 to Blake Perkins. Again, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Savali sets. Rocks and fires. That is way upstairs, and it's 1-2. 93 on the fastball. Regular season again. Didn't really play too much. Only 155 at-bats. Savali sets. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 3. Just got a piece of the zone. Looked like a cutter. All right, that'll bring up Joey Ortiz. With the man on at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Savali sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1. Breaking ball. Loves the breaking ball. Savali's been throwing that quite a bit. Ortiz has 2 walks today. What's up, guys who just came here? Oh, my goodness, what is happening? It's only the 4th inning. I know, Thomas. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be cut on and hit to right. Suzuki backing up at the warning track. Makes the catch. Gave it a good ride. Just couldn't get out of here. We head to the top of the 5th. The Brewers still lead, of course, 9-1 over the Cubs. This game is fun, but it's just 1 win. Got to get 10 more to win the World Series. That is very true. I watched his debut against the Cubbies. The manager settled him down, and he destroyed them. Yeah, no, Paul Skeens is really good. I'm very thankful he's on the team. Gives us something to cheer for. To be honest, though, even if he weren't on the team, the record, I don't think, would dip that much. The pitching for the Pirates is pretty solid. It's really the bats. The bats are just not good. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Again, I know there's a lot of other people out there that are streaming this game. So I do appreciate you guys. Let me call this game for you. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, to like and subscribe. That definitely helps out the small channel a lot. It's a growing channel, though. Again, just in March when we started doing this We were at 30 subs. Now we're over 1,200. So make sure to grow or be a part of the growth that is happening on this channel, because this might be something special. You never know. You never know. You can say, I knew that guy when he was a nobody. Now he's still a nobody, but he has a little bit more success on YouTube. Bud saying hello to Chamas. It's 9-1 of him. It might get themselves a baker's dozen. Yeah, we'll see. No runs, though, in the last 2 innings. Cubs about to rally and get 8 runs this inning. Oh, man, that would be something else. That'd be really good for the channel. I don't know about for the Brewers fans, though. Due up for the Cubs will be Swanson, Shaw, and Bush. We'll probably go over some scores, college football scores, probably at the end of the 5th inning. Of course, feel free, if you guys are also multitasking, watching football as well, feel free to let me know what's happening there. I know I do have the ticker down here, but I don't really look at it too much. I could say I knew the guy when he was covering the Puppy Bowl. That is crazy, Magic Man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know about all that. We'll see. And when I say we'll see, it's usually a no. Like when my friends are asking, like, hey, you want to go to this place? Yeah, we'll see. That means it's not happening. I don't know. I don't want to say no, Magic Man, but yeah, I don't know. Puppy Bowl doesn't seem like something I would. I don't know. Just depends on how that day's going for me. Let's just say that. Found you when you were in the 400s. Look at that. Again, we're growing. That was just a few months ago, too. Yeah, at the end of July, we were at 343. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. This is Dansby Swanson, who's 2 for 10 in the postseason. He's 0 for 1 today. Cubs haven't scored 8 runs in the last 5 games. Oh, wow. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be cut on and hit to left. It may be playable. It is not. That's a couple of seats back. It's 1-1. I got my Clemente jersey last year. Still my favorite player ever. Yeah, no, Clemente was great. I, of course, never saw him play, but it's definitely beloved in Pittsburgh for sure. 1-1 count to Dansby Swanson as Peralta comes to a set. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. After the holidays, $50. You're right. Yeah, no, I totally get that. For sure. That is a big reason why I may do it. But I don't want money to control me as well. There is that as well. But that is pretty good. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is low. And it's 2-2. I mean, if I can get, like, in the future, like, I think legit, I could probably, if I'm like getting $50 per stream, I can actually do this for a living. Because it would just grow, of course. Here's the 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. But then, of course, it would grow. And, I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty good with money. Do 2 streams a day. That would be pretty nice. Matt Shaw coming up to the plate, looking for his first hit of the postseason. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 1. That was here when you only had a couple hundreds. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, well, again, appreciate you guys for, again, the support. Badgers, another loss. Yeah, I saw that. Of course, Matt Shaw walked earlier. Or he missed a lot of the late 90s Badgers teams, as that's going to be just low, and it's 2-0. Doesn't control, it's a business arrangement. Yeah, that's a good way to, there we go. I can get behind that. Who thinks Notre Dame is way overrated? That's fair. I would agree. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be outside, and it's 3-0. I think, well, I personally think the entire SEC is overrated. And then, of course, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, even Miami. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be outside, and it's ball 4. Another walk for Matt Shaw. And that'll bring up Michael Busch. Yeah, in college football, there really aren't many strong teams this year. I mean, the first sure strong teams, I would say, are Ohio State and Oregon. To me, that's pretty much it. Everyone else, I think they are beatable. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Michael Busch. Again, he led off the game with the home run. In this one, that's been it for the Cubs, though. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. That is low, and it's 1-1. He's also, again, 1 for 2 on the day. But yes, the Brewers are up 9-1. If you're tuning in, like, hey, your score is wrong. No, that's actually a thing. That is a thing that's happening. 9-1. Brewers leading over the Cubs here in the top of the 5th. The Cubs at the plate. Here's the 1-1. That's chopped, and that's going foul. Busch, of course, again, leading off the game with the home run. And the chat was like, oh, that's the Cubs. The Cubs going to win it. Well. May not be happening for those of you that said that in the top of the first inning. As Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. Way outside, and it's 2-2. Do a great job announcing. I hope you get announcing. That'd be really cool. See, I want to do that. That'd be nice. But I also want to do this. So I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'll have to worry about it. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside, and it's 3-2 to Michael Busch. If I were to actually become a professional for one of the big teams, I would arrange it to where I can get the audio on the channel. I think that'd be pretty cool. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Peralta with 8 strikeouts. That'll bring up Nico Horner. For the postseason is 4 for 13. For us Brewers fans, this is a great game. I could see why. Here's the pitch. That is a swing and a miss. 0-1. Peralta at 75 pitches. Chris agrees, of course. Yeah, a lot of Brewers fans. Of course, the count, I'm noticing that people are just slowly ticking out because, yeah, the game is kind of a blowout. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's a check swing. Did he go? He did not, and it's 1-1. Horner 0 for 2 on the day. Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. Chopper, and that's going foul. Game 1 of the NLDS, of course, the winner will take on the winner of the Dodgers and Phillies. That is also another series that will be very exciting, I'm sure. Here's the 1-2. That is way upstairs, 2-2. Folks, of course, Cubs fans, Brewers fans still here. I'm assuming more Brewers fans are still left. Let me know if you can. Who would you rather face, the Phillies or the Dodgers, and why? I'm curious. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is strikeout number 9. He is mowing him down as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Brewers 9, the Cubs 1. How did the Brewers get most of their runs? I missed the first 3 innings. Nope. Yeah, that was pretty much it. The Brewers scored 6 in the first, 3 in the second. But it was pretty much small ball. Yeah, Jason right there on it. Just a bunch of singles and doubles, doubles and singles. Peralta sold his soul last night at what the heck? Peralta gave up that homer and said, that's it. They always give him great run support when he's on the mound. Yep. Peralta has been good. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, to like and subscribe. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like what you hear, if you like sports, if you like baseball, football, make sure to subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, I intend on covering every single game of this series. So, yeah, make sure to do that. Make sure to like and subscribe. My only question mark, I think, again, it's going to be Saturday, Monday. Wednesday I should be able to do. That's, yeah, I can make sure I'm home for that. Thursday is game 4. And then Saturday, again. So, yeah, I can easily make it happen. I'm actually not covering a local high school game Friday as well. So I can cover some stuff Friday nights. Unless the wife wants to do something. Because, yeah, I haven't really been able to hang out. Because I've been doing this and then working and other things. So, yeah, it's been a lot of stuff. But, yeah, I'll be sure, again, to be here. Phillies, super inconsistent offense, but if the starting pitching for the Dodgers don't hold, they may kill the bullpen, so it just depends on what version you're getting. I like Ohtani on the mound tonight. Yeah, I'll definitely be paying attention to what's happening in the Philadelphia-Los Angeles game. Monday's a super late game, going to be playing till midnight. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Again, this game started at 1. It's kind of getting back into a faster pace here. Obviously, it was an hour for the first 2 innings. But now it's like an hour for the last 3, which is kind of more of a normal pace. So, yeah, we're just kind of waiting to get back. They're showing off the Phillies and the Dodgers. Kyle Schwarber. This will be very interesting again. I'm excited. I'm excited for this postseason. I think anyone can win for sure. DC United earning the Iron Man Award, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Not just one man. They got 2 red cards and trying to hang in down 1. Wow. Man, yeah, I don't know. I miss watching soccer. I need to watch more soccer. 0-1, here's the pitch. That is going to be upstairs, and it's 1-1 again. This is Isaac Collins as get another ad. Feel free again if you want some viruses. There you go. Now they're gone now. They're gone now. Here's the 1-1. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 counts to Isaac Collins as Savali kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike, and it's 2-2. Savali's done a pretty good job since coming into this one. I think most of us would agree. As he delivers the 2-2. Called strike 3. He struck him out 94. In the zone. That'll bring up Bryce Terang, who's 1 for 3. It's batting .333 OPS of 1,000. UCLA up 10-0. Oh, they're up 10. No, you didn't say 10-0. You said 10 on Penn State. Again, I don't think Penn State's all that good. Now, the UCLA is pretty terrible, as here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. But I'm just saying, I don't think Penn State's all that good. 0-1 counts to Bryce Terang. It's 1 for 3 on the day. As Savali delivers. That is high and in, and it's 1-1. Good pitches. Yeah, Savali's got a nice breaking ball. I mean, if you guys are watching this game, Savali, a lot of break on that. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be upstairs, and it's 2-1. Thank you, Dr. Lay. Well, thank you, bud. Appreciate you again for always liking it up. Again, give my regards to Pure Adrenaline Sports. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Again, folks, if you haven't done so already, search up Pure Adrenaline Sports and then subscribe, and then, of course, come back right here. But, yeah, he's been very supportive of this channel. Very supportive. He's got over 8,000 subs. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be low, and it's 3-2. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I've had a lot of support from channels that have a lot of faith in me to be, potentially a very big channel. So very, very happy about that. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Happ is there and throws it in. So the Brewers, again, trying to keep it going. Cubs at plus 7,800. I don't know if there's any takers there. It would be pretty good, though. So is that like you put $10 and you win 780 pretty much? Is that what I don't really know too much about betting there and all that stuff, but if I had to guess. All right, Savelli faces Contreras. That's going to be outside. And it's 1-0. Contreras is 2 for 3 today. Of course, he has an RBI. Vanderbilt, Alabama happening. I forgot about that. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. Grounder. And that's going foul. Florida apparently is up on Texas 7-0. 1-1 count to William Contreras, bottom of the 5th. 1 man on, 1 out. Savali sets. He's still set. Kicks and deals. Grounder to third. Shaw has it. Throws to second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. I believe that's the first double play. As we head to the top of the 6th, the Brewers leading 9-1 over the Cubs. 10 gets you 780. Hey, those are some good odds. I mean, I wouldn't say good odds, but that's some good money. But I feel like that's just a small donation to FanDuel or wherever you do some betting. All right, so let me get some water real quick, and then we'll go over some scores in college football. All right, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is a growing channel. Let's see. Again, appreciate the sponsors that I have, the donors, Coffee Beans and Eduardo Hernandez. Sorry, Can't Hammer. Those are the scoreboard sponsors. Of course, I do want to shout out to Delay Diehards, the members. Of course, I'll be adding bad frequencies to that as well. And, of course, to the gifted as well. I believe you gifted 5. So, again, thank you very much. Very awesome. And, of course, Jason will add to his tally as well. He's been very supportive of the channel. But, yeah, let me check out some scores real quick in the college football world. Let's see. Let me refresh. I'll just try to name some ones that'll be relevant here. Is that still live? Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. There's no way that's still going on, but apparently it is. Wake Forest up 27-13. Let's see. UCLA up 10 to nothing on Penn State. Florida 7-0 over Texas. Vanderbilt and Alabama 0-0. I think Alabama's going to win. Would be awesome to see Vanderbilt win. I feel like everyone would agree there. And again, just some other things. Final scores: Georgia over Kentucky, Cincinnati over Iowa State. That's kind of huge. Michigan, of course, over Wisconsin. Illinois over Purdue. Pittsburgh over Boston College. Baylor defeating Kansas State. Yeah. All right. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Due up for the Cubs will be Tucker, Suzuki, and Happ. Brewers took their foot off the gas. I guess. I don't know. Again, I think it's just baseball. I think it's just baseball happening right now. This is what Craig Counsell, as Brewers manager, couldn't do, and that they play small ball to the level they play at with Murphy. Yeah, no, they are very good. Just keeping it moving. That's what they do. Do you see Cam Schlitter say, no, I did not see that. One off the mound of the Yankees game. Again, thank you, bots. Again, if you want some viruses, feel free to check those guys out. No, I didn't know about all that, Andre, to be honest. This is Kyle Tucker. He'll step on in here in the top of the 6th. Cubs just trying to get something going. Here's the pitch. That is low, and it's ball 1, 81 on the slider. Peralta at 80 pitches, so, you could probably go another inning or two. I don't know. They will probably let him go a little bit more, but again, it's 9-1, so there's that. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be caught on and fouled back. Chris, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I try, Chris. 1-1 count. Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. That is inside, and it's 2-1. Northern Illinois up 14-0 on Miami of Ohio. That's a bit odd. Maryland and Virginia are the dogs. I back straight up. Well, good luck there. Here's the 2-1. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. J-Hammer checking in here. Unlikely the people will pick the Cubs in the poll, so maybe just change it to will PCA get a triple. I'm definitely going to change the poll. I don't know about making it player-specific here. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be cut on and hit to left. You're right, though. The poll is pretty much one-sided at this point, as that's going to be caught for route number 1. So those are the poll results. 63-37, the final. I'll come up with something. Come up with something for sure. Seiya Suzuki coming to the plate. He's 3 for 13. 1 homer, 1 RBI in the postseason. So for 2 today, here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, and it's 1-0. They'll let him pitch deep to save the bullpen. That'd be a good idea. Trying to think of what I can come up with here. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball, and that's going foul. It's actually off the catcher. Here's the 1-1. Almost throws at his head. I mean, he did throw at his head. Suzuki had to get out of there. Did not expect that when I picked up the mic. Okay, there we go. Maybe that's something. I don't know. 2-1 count. To Seiya Suzuki's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Durbin has it, throws to first, gets him by a step. Good play, good throw by Caleb Durbin. That'll bring up Ian Happ, who's 0 for 2 on the day. And again, he's had a rough postseason. It's 1 for 13. What the Brewers did today, I'm happy with it. This feels like easy money. Feels like it for sure. It's trending in that direction. Cubs running out of outs here. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and it's strike 1. 63% with the Brewers winning was the exact same poll on DraftKings. Really? So America is all in tuned here. 0-1 count as Peralta rocks and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. It's 0-2, just a bit outside, yeah. Outside of his dome. 0-2 count. Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. Did not go as that's in the dirt. Contreras loves it, though, pointing at him and nodding his head. 1-2 to Ian Happ. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Peralta rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to center field. And that one is off the wall. Or no, it's gone. Okay, it is gone. And Happ raising the roof here as the Cubs cut the lead to 7. Oh, my gosh. I actually said that last night. I know you guys are here for this, but so I was covering the game last night. It was a blowout. It was, I think, 45-10 12. Kirbyville, or the team I cover here, one of the high schools, they're up 45-12. The other team had scored, as here is Carson Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. So the other team scores, and it's 45-18. I said they cut the lead to 27. 2 minutes left to go, and me and my partner just couldn't control ourselves. We just started laughing. That's going to be chopped foul, and it's 1-1. Are they going to brawl? No, I don't think they're going to brawl. That was just great. One of my best moments for sure. 1-1 count to Carson Kelly. Peralta delivers. That's going to be hit to center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So maybe Peralta is nearing the end here. Because Peralta, again, just allowed a home run and then a single. Sardo relying on home runs. Oh, yeah, for sure. What a call that was. That was something else. Oh, man. All right. So it looks like Peralta's done. Peralta is done. He's going to get a standing ovation here. Oh, the Brewers fans, again, loving him. Same with the players. High fives, handshakes, fist bumps, everything. Brewers fans are just, they're all over. They are loving it. So a pitching change for Freddie Peralta, who's going to finish with 5 2/3, 2 earned, 3 walks, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 home runs actually. But he is responsible for the guy on at first. There is that as well. New pitcher is Aaron Ashby. He is, of course, this is his debut this series for the postseason. But in the regular season, very good. 5-2 with a 2.16 ERA, whip of a 1.17. So that is what is happening here. They made it a 4-possession game. When you say partner, my broadcast partner. I'm a play-by-play guy. My partner, my color guy, play-by-play in color. But no, I have said the wife plenty of times on the channel. Yes, and she is an actual waifu. I swear, she is a waifu. They made it a 4-possession game. I'm telling you, it was 45-12. They scored touchdown. It's 45-18, and I said they cut the lead to 27. Oh, man, dude. We were just dying. On air, too. I don't know if we probably won't get in trouble for it, but that was pretty funny. Cubs may have stirred the Hornets' nest. I don't know about that. We'll see. He's coming to the mound. How many pitches did he have? He was like at 90-something. Again, just the fact that he allowed the home run. And, of course, the base hit. But let's see. I can't even find it here. Where is he at? Peralta was at 95. So, yeah, you just go with it. Just go with the fact that he is getting a little tired. Color. No, color. I did not say either. Color. Play-by-play in color. I don't know if you're rage baiting me now or right now or not. But I think that's what's happening. Had to be high 80s. Color guy. Play-by-play and color. There's the play-by-play guy. That's what I do on the channel. And then, of course, you have a second guy. He pretty much just adds a little bit of other information on the, what's happening. Here's the pitch to PCA. That's going to be high for ball 1. Is it 95? Colored commentary. Yeah, it would definitely, Denny. Yeah, it would definitely change the entire vibe going in. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be cut on and hit to left, and he just slings the bat in disgust as that is caught by Collins for out number 3. PCA not happy. So, of course, again, the Cubs do add a run. Of course, that was a home run by, I believe it was Ian Happ. Yeah, Ian Happ with the solo shot to make it 9-2. 9-2 here in Milwaukee. Make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. This is what I do. So definitely like and subscribe. If you like sports, if you're a baseball, football, or, well, actually that's pretty much it. That's all I do. But yeah, NFL, MLB, college football, make sure to like and subscribe. Steve, you lost me there. When it comes to all that stuff, plus 7% EV, not familiar with that. Nolan Ryan had 222 complete games. Did anyone get one? Yes, actually, I believe people did. Yeah, I can't really remember, though, but I do remember seeing. We looked this up. I remember looking it up on the channel. That is postseason. We don't want that. Regular season. Well, okay. Let's go to MLB.com here. Pitching. Oh, I have to click regular season. Yeah, we got some complete games. So Bibby, Lodolo, and Valdez each had 2. And then we had some ones here. Plenty of ones, actually. So, yeah, we had some complete games. So, there you go. It ain't over till it's over. Yep. Vandy scored up 7. Nice. I think we're all anti-Alabama here. And if you're not, well, sorry. Kind of anti-Alabama. Christian Yelich will be due up whenever we do return to action here in the bottom of 6. Again, it's the Brewers up 9-2 over the Cubs. And again, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. I'll be back tomorrow, of course. I'm not going to ask you guys to come back for tonight's college game again. It's not a game that's really meant for the average Joe. It's really meant for the specific fan base. You're more than welcome, of course, to hang out. Not going to turn you guys away. But yeah, when it comes to college football, I do pretty much just try to target certain fan bases in order to have some success here with college football. The NFL will be back tomorrow with the Vikings and the Browns early in the morning as here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 1. And then later in the afternoon, I plan on calling the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they travel to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. That's high and in. Almost hit Yelich. It's 2-0. Long ad break on HBO. Really. 2-0 count as Savali kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped off his foot, and it's 2-1. Word vendor. I do not recall there. What's the next Brewers game? It's Monday. There. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball. That's going to be swung on and hit to center. And this one is caught at the wall. PCA makes the catch for round number 1. Yelich just missed it. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk. Yeah, it's going to be Monday night, I believe at 8 o'clock, I want to say. Here's the pitch, and Vaughn sends this to center. PCA is under it and will make the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Sal Frelick, who's 1 for 3 on the day. So far, a quick bottom of the 6th. Maybe they're just trying to even out what happened earlier. Again, a very long first 2 innings. Took about an hour, over an hour, I think, to complete the first 2 innings. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, but it's called a strike. 93 on the fastball. I guess the umpire's trying to speed things up, too. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That's going to be chopped off his ankle. Frelick screaming in pain. But now he's just going to limp. He's okay, I guess. Deepest part of the bar. Yeah, 808. I'll make that stream probably tomorrow. I still have yet to finish my streams that I've put up for tomorrow as well, so I got to do that probably in between this one and the next one. 0-2 count to Savali, I guess, stepped out. I'm not too sure. He faces a Frelick, who's facing an 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on. And it looks like Kelly's going to have a little chat with Savali. I don't know what's happening here, but everyone seems to be confused on what's going on. EV expected value, usually percentage based on overall public opinion, often determined by the average of all the books, but sometimes through public opinion polling, if sample size is big enough. I kind of butchered there at the end there, but hey, it is what it is. First time reading it, going with the flow. Well, thank you for that knowledge there. Expected value, that makes sense. 0-2 count. Savali kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. So, yes, folks, I will be back on Monday night. If you're just here for the Brewers and Cubs, I got you. Monday night baseball, not football. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and popped up. Shallow left. And Happ is under it and makes the catch. We head to the top of the 7th inning. The score in Milwaukee is the Brewers 9. The Cubs 2. Folks, once again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe if you guys want to go. It's 9-2. I guess I don't blame you. Still plenty of baseball left though. 9 outs. 1 running out. There you go. But yeah, make sure again to like and subscribe. Of course, I want to shout out the sponsors and all the donors. I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been very, very awesome. I really do appreciate you guys. Of course, a special shout-out to the scoreboard sponsors. We're going to check out some scores from across college football. So, Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez. Sorry, Cat and Hammer. Thank you very much for your support. All right. Let's see here. What is happening across college football? Well, let me tell you, or at least let me tell you whenever it lets me. Okay, we have Wake Forest leading 27-23 for Virginia Tech. UCLA up 10-7 on Penn State. UCLA, though, is driving. Florida up 10-0 on Texas. If Texas loses, I say they're out of the top 25. I mean, they've done nothing. Vanderbilt up 7-0 on Alabama. I think I'll probably be watching that game after I'm done here. Notre Dame up 6-0 on Boise State. That's kind of close. Really, it really is close. Maryland up 10-0 on Washington. Louisville, Virginia 7-7. Let's see here. Oklahoma 0. Oh wow, they're playing the mighty Kent State. Oh, Oklahoma, you're so tough. The SEC, man, it just means more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And as far as the baseball, I know there's another baseball game going on right now, so we'll go ahead and check out that, as it is 1-0 Blue Jays over the Yankees as they head to the top of the second. So there you go. Your scoreboard update brought to you by Hammer, Coffee Beans, Sorry Cat, and Eduardo Hernandez. Again, we're about to be in the top of the 7th. I mean, it's been long commercials here. I don't know. Is that just me, or is that just me? Is it because it's national television? Is that what it is? But it feels like it's a little bit longer. I don't know. They're showing the Churio injury and just upset with himself there. Upset with just what happened. All right, here's the pitch. That is way upstairs for ball 1. This is Dansby Swanson, who in the postseason is 2 for 11. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's cut on and hit foul. This is Swanson again. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. Absolutely, yeah, no, I feel like that's, I don't know why, but it's been, the commercial, it's at least 2 minutes. Usually it's about a minute and a half, but I can tell. 1-1 count. Ashby sets, Roxanne fires. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. You're watching on HBO Max. I'm watching on TBS. So 1-2 count to Dansby Swanson. Cubs have 9 outs left as Ashby sets, kicks, and deals. That's called strike 3 on the inside corner. He struck him out. Swanson can't believe it. That'll bring up Matt Shaw, who I believe has walked in both appearances. It's 0 for 7 in the postseason, looking for his first hit. An applied percentage is the betting odds converted to a percentage. It's super simple, actually. Just the name sounds complicated. Okay, interesting. It's going to be cut on and found to the right. And it's 0-1. To Matt Shaw. The scoring and all that has pretty much slowed down. It's been most of the scoring was in the first 2 innings. Since then, really, the Cubs, so they've only had that 1 run. That's going to be a swing and a miss. That ball was way in the dirt. And it's 0-2. That was just, geez, that curveball. What's up, Dr. Lake? Just jumping on to listen to some play-by-play. Thank you, John M. Appreciate you. Yeah, Brewers, again, just up 9-2. It's been pretty much all Brewers, though the scoring has kind of slowed down here in this one. Here's the 0-2. That's a breaking ball outside, and it's 1-2. Brewers fans wanted the call, but that one, not even close. So 1-2 count as Ashby leans in. Comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's cut on and fouled back. Steve is a smart dude. He really seems like it. He seems to be very good with his bets. Me, I'm not a sports bettor at all. I'm not. But, if I were, I am taking advice from Mr. Steve Duke. That's all I'm saying. 1-2 count to Matt Shaw. Again, he's looking for his first hit not only in the game but in the entire postseason, as he couldn't find one playing the Padres. Looks like there's going to be a mound visit here. And again, some boos here. I don't know why. I don't know if the Brewers fans are just booing their own player. That may have just happened. Maybe it's just me, but your mic seems quiet compared to usual. I'm going to try to help myself out here. I don't know. I've been noticing that as well. I don't know if that really changed anything. It probably didn't. But, I don't know. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be cut on and popped up to right. And Frelick is there to make the catch round number 2, as there are 2 away now for the Cubs. And that'll bring up Michael Bush, who's 1 for 3. I mean, you might be right, Z. That's one of the things I plan on investing in. One of the first things is a new mic. This mic, I actually hate it because it's just not good. Like and subscribe to help Dr. DeLay. I watch a lot of his play-by-plays, and he does an awesome job. Excellent job. I can't read. That's going to be inside ball 1. I guess I'm finishing the sentence without actually reading the sentence, and that's why I say words. I don't know. Well, thank you, John M. I appreciate it. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. But yes, liking and subscribing does help out a lot to the channel. It is a growing channel, so make sure to do so if you're a sports fan. Hi, Go Dome, Houston Sports Semi. Braden, well, thank you for stopping on in, as that's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Go Dome, he is awesome. He's been great to talk to. Very much so. Has been very supportive of the channel as well. So thank you, Braden, and shout out. Tell if you're here, still, Braden. Make sure to tell him I said hi. Here's the 1-2, as that's going to be high, and it's 2-2. 99 on the fastball. If only that were true, Jason. But we all got to try. It's better for everyone. Count is 2-2 to Bush. Nobody on, 2 outs. Ashby delivers. That's a chopper to second. Terang throws to first for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score is 9-2. Brewers over the Cubs. Did PCA do anything of note? I don't think so. What did he do? He has a hit. What did he do? I can't remember what he did. I honestly don't recall. I think it was just a single, right? I can't remember. To be honest with you. I don't remember what he did, but I think it was just a single. I don't think it was a double. It may have been. I just don't recall. My advice, always get as much advice as possible. Group brainstorm is truly effective. Okay? Well, again, I'm not much in that world, but yeah, again, if I ever were to go in that world, I'm chatting with you there, Steve. Is that Diginon? I think. Good evening. Well, hello there. Good afternoon to where I am. It's 3:31 where I live. I would say it's afternoon for me, but good evening for you. Thank you for stopping on in. Let's go Cubs beat the Brewers. James wanted a comeback here, but unfortunately, they only have 6 outs left. So they're going to really need to get it going here, and they're going to have to hold the Brewers again. The Brewers have been kind of tamed. Again, all 9 of their runs happening in the first 2 innings, but it's not looking too good. 1 hit. Yeah. He just has the 1 hit. That's just not much. So, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, if you like what you hear, to like and subscribe. I don't think we're seeing a pitching change, so we're going to see more of Caleb Durbin at the plate. I'm just kidding. Aaron Savali has been pretty good. Again, Boyd was rough. It was a rough start for him, as he didn't even make it out of the first inning. Allowed 2 earned, 4 hits and a walk, and allowed 6 runs, but only 2 of them were earned. And then Soroka comes in, and then he struggles. So it looks like we are actually having a pitching change, so never mind. So no more Savali, so he did well. 4 1/3, no earned runs. This is Ben Brown. During the regular season, 5-8 with a 5.92 ERA. So it looks like he's just trying to get in some work in here, if I had to guess. Just to say, hey, I pitched. Maybe get a little bit better. Caleb Durbin today is 1 for 3 at the plate with 2 RBIs. Oh my gosh, my voice. Come on. Well, if the Brewers win, then we don't get to call the bottom of the 9th. So that might actually help me out. So, shorter game. And that was a long commercial. 7th inning stretch plus another 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Maybe over-exaggerating a little bit there. I do apologize if you hear a noise in the background. That's the air conditioning. Pretty much right on me. So I get really cold or really hot. It is rough. I do have a poll. Feel free to vote on it. Who would you rather see in the next series, the Phillies or the Dodgers? The Phillies are the team you guys would rather face. Whether, again, you're a Cubs fan, Brewers fan. I mean, that's interesting. The Phillies, again, I think are a better team. But it looks like more respect to the Dodgers has been given. Interesting. Seventh inning walk to the store. Yeah. Shoot. If you guys needed something there, I'll try to give you guys a heads up on Monday that during the 7th inning stretch, feel free to go ahead and take a nice trip into town, and you'll be back by the bottom of the 7th for sure. As Brown kicks and deals, that's going to be in there for a called strike. Durbin doesn't like the call. I'd pick the Dodgers. At least the crowd would be better looking. Hate them both, though. That's fair. John loves the Phillies. Here's the 0-1, and I don't know what's going on. That's going to be low. Checked his swing. He went, and it's 0-2. A lot of static on my end for some reason. That was kind of weird. But we're okay now. 0-2 count to Caleb Durbin. Brown kicks and deals. Breaking ball that is low. And it's 1-2. A 90-mile-per-hour knuckle curve. That is just... Geez, Count is 1-2 to Caleb Durbin as Brown rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Durbin. That'll bring up Blake Perkins, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI. They got that inside pitch all game. Yep. As Brown kicks and deals. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Looks like these offenses really decided to take a break after the 2nd inning. Of course, the Brewers put up 9. The Cubs with 1, which is still pretty good through 2 innings. It's not too bad. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1. But the problem is they weren't able to add on much more. Only one more. And since then, it's been a lot of zeros. As here's the 1-1. That's going to be low, and it's 2-1. Brown can't believe he didn't get the call there. Looks like Koenig is going to be in the bullpen for the Brewers. As here's the 2-1. That is inside, and it's 3-1. So 3-1 count to Blake Perkins. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, nobody is on. Brewers, of course, leading 9-2. Brown delivers. That's in there for a called strike. 97 on the fastball. The Phils have a few more starters and a solid closer. Dodgers have a closer, but the guys before him, that's the question there. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be chopped foul. Have to say, Dr. DeLay, I live in Reading area of Berks County, about 45 miles from Philadelphia. Grew up here, so always have been. Your old stomping grounds. Yep, I am from Reading. Well, not from there, but I was born in Reading. As here's the 3-2. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. So, yeah, I was born in Reading. Lived in a small town of Robisonia, Pennsylvania. That was definitely a nice little town. Township, I guess. I don't know what it's actually called up there. As here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to get down for a base hit and probably another. Perkins going to cruise into second as he is going to take a chill pill there. He's going to stay at second. So look at that. A 1-out double for Perkins. That'll bring up Joey Ortiz, who's 0 for 1, but with 2 walks. Just looking for his first hit, but again, he's been on base twice. Brown looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt. Handled well by Kelly. And it's 1-0. I don't think I went back to Robisonia last time I went up there. Oh well. Went to Reading a little bit. Saw the Reading Phillies. That was pretty nice. They lost. Didn't put up a single run in my return. It is what it is. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and hit to right, but that is going foul. There's some more viruses for you guys. One and one is the count to Joey Ortiz. Again, he's looking for his first hit of the day. Again, he's walked twice, though, so he has been on base. Brown looks back, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. One and two. Brown sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Ortiz. That'll bring up Isaac Collins. Collins again replacing Chorio, who exited with a possible and most likely a hamstring injury. I believe that's what you guys had said. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. Nice catch from the catcher. Yeah, it was nice. I do apologize. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of delay here. I did see that comment. You didn't seem like you meant it, but that's okay. I mean, I understand. It's just the way I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be crushed to right, but that is caught for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 8th. Again, the Brewers leading 9-2. But yeah, I'm going to be a little bit behind with some of the... For some reason, it's baseball. Football, I'm a little bit behind as well, but it's not too bad. But with baseball, when I'm not on MLB TV, for some reason, there's a little bit of delay. So I know it's like not a big deal, if you're just listening to the game or watching the game. But for some people, they got to know what's happening. They can't stand to be 30 seconds behind. I totally get it, though. I totally understand. But, geez, it's just I can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. But anyway, folks, if you do like what you hear, if you like what you see, make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe if you consider yourself a sports fan and join this growing channel. It's growing at a pretty fast rate, so make sure to do so. Make sure to join it and subscribe today. It's completely free to subscribe. You will not have to pay a dime. Like to end with a few more runs, keep them in and go. I don't know if you guys are going to be honest with you. I think you got the runs out. 9 runs is pretty good. Reading got a 1-1 draw against Mansfield in England. Yep. Are they in League One now? I remember when Reading was in the Premier League. That was about 15 years ago. Maybe 20. Actually, yeah, almost 20 years now. So, yay, Reading. You pause the game and sync it up. Appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's really nothing I can do about it, though. It's just the internet. Just not. Because for me, it says it's live. I'm literally live, but obviously I know that's not the case. So, appreciate you guys putting up with all that. Or maybe it's just the YouTube TV app. I don't know. Because like I said, MLB TV, I might be like a pitch, half a pitch behind or something like that. But for the most part, I'm good. For the most part, it's all good over there. We'll probably check out some more college scores at the end of probably the middle of the inning. 9 is good, but 11 is better. Yeah. Well, yeah. I would agree. Again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out in this one. Again, I know there's a lot of people covering this game, so yeah, I do appreciate you guys. Looks like we are back, and again, Nico Horner expected to be up in the top of the 8th. It might not be too long of a game. Again, it started at 1. We're here in the 8th. It's only 3:44. Again, it was an hour for that first 2 innings. That's when we cut on and fouled back. And it's 0-1. So, yeah, this is Jared Koenig. 2.86 ERA, a whip of a 1.17. Very, very solid. 0-1 count. As Koenig sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be caught on. And once again, fouled back, and it's 0-2. Penn State getting smoked. UCLA 24. Yeah, I saw that. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm not a Penn State guy, so I'm fine with that. And I think they're overrated regardless. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul off of Contreras. I don't know why. I guess I was raised to not like Penn State, but for some reason, I just don't like them. 0-2 count. Koenig sets. Roxon fires. That's going to be hit to right, and once again, just going foul. Just trying to stay alive. Horner's 0 for 3, which he's a guy that just hits. That's all he does. Nico Horner just hits. That's all he does. But right now, he's 0 for 3 as Koenig sets. Kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Me too, Dr. Lay, overrated. Yeah, they're overrated this year, but just in general, I've never really. I think I was raised to not like them. I'll have to ask Trisk why. My dad, he'll come in here. He'll stop in the chat. I'll have to ask him though, and next time I see him, like why don't we like him? Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that one is gone. That ball just kept going. A solo shot for the Cubs. Nico Horner cuts the lead to 6. Yes, I know that's still a pretty big lead. Kyle Tucker coming to the plate. He's 3 for 13. Yeah, I remember when Reading played in the Premier League. They will probably make it back again, probably 7 years or so. Yeah, it's. I don't know, honestly, Steve. I don't know, because the Premier League's been it's been top heavy. There aren't many teams that relegate anymore. It's just a few. It's the same the 3 that go up, 3 that come down. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball, and I'm hearing that's the same kind of thing happening in the championship as well. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll get up. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's a check swing, but that one was in there. It's 1-1. Another solo home run. Yeah, no, that's 3 of them for the Cubs. One 1 count to Kyle Tucker as Koenig delivers. That's going to be a check swing. It was in the zone. He went, so it's 1-2 anyway. Counsell shaking his head. He can't believe it. It was in the zone. It should have been a strike, but it looks like he went on the check swing. 1-2 count to Kyle Tucker. Lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper right back to Koenig. He has it. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 1. A little scary there for Koenig, but he's able to recover. As that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's 0 for 3 in this one. Right now, the Blue Jays are up 2-0 on the Yankees in the top of the 3rd. And Seiya Suzuki, he's 0 for 3 today, 3 for 14 in the postseason. As here's the pitch, that's going to be inside, and it's 1-0. UCLA is a 13-1 underdog there. This would be it would be the upset of the year. If I see them ranked, the AP people, if they lose to UCLA, here's the 1-0. That's going to be cut on and foul back. Then the AP, it's already a joke, but they would just have to do away with it. They would just have to do away with the poll because Texas, they shouldn't be up there. Notre Dame, they were 0-2. I still don't see how you value them high. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Illinois, when they got blown out, they should have been eliminated from the top 25. I mean, of course, they beat USC, and I think they recovered today as well. But I'm just saying, there's some of this stuff. It's just bad, and it's just biased. Here's the 1-2. That is upstairs, and it's 2-2. That was close. It was. Yeah, Koenig did a good job of recovering there. Two and two. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on to right. Frelick backtracking and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Ian Happ, who had a homer earlier in this one. One of the 3 solo shots. He's 1 for 3 in this one, 2 for 14 in the postseason. Oh, man. So many viruses, man. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, but it's called a strike. Happ looking back at the umpire like, you sure? You sure on that one? 0-1 count to Happ. Again, the Cubs down to their last 4 outs. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder. A tapper, actually, right in front of the catcher. Throws to first. What a throw by Contreras for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th, most likely. The Brewers last time coming to the plate today. They're up 9-3 over the Cubs. Bots galore. Yeah, a lot of them. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez, Sorry Can't Hammer are the scoreboard sponsors. So let's check out what's happening across college football. We're getting some stuff here in the chat. Let's see what else is happening in the other games. So, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. I really do. Again, I know there's a lot of other people you can listen to this game from. All right, so I know you guys were all bothering me earlier about NC State and Campbell. Well, here you go, 56-7, so hopefully you won't ask again. Western Michigan 14, Massachusetts 3, Arizona 24, Oklahoma State 6, UCLA 24, Penn State 7, Florida 19, Texas 7. Jeez, that's interesting. Vanderbilt and Alabama, they're tied at 7 apiece. Boise State up 7-6 on Notre Dame, but Notre Dame is driving. Virginia and Louisville 14-14. Maryland 13, Washington nothing. Northwestern 15, UL Monroe 7. Appalachian State 17, Oregon State 14. SMU 24, Syracuse 0. UConn is up 17-3 over Florida International. Georgia State 7, James Madison nothing. Akron 14, Central Michigan 10. Eastern Michigan 14, Buffalo 14, Northern Illinois 14, Miami of Ohio 10, Oklahoma, they are taking on the mighty Kent State 10-0 there. Nebraska up 14-6 over Michigan State, Texas State, Arkansas State 7-7. Final scores: Georgia over Kentucky 35-14, Cincinnati over Iowa State 38-30, Michigan over Wisconsin 24-10, Illinois 43, Purdue 27. Pittsburgh 48, Boston College 7, Clemson, 38, North Carolina 10, Baylor 35, Kansas State 34, Navy 34, Air Force 31, Army 31, UAB 13, Ball State 20, Ohio 14, Wake Forest 30, Virginia Tech 23, and Temple over UTSA 27-21. So that is what's been happening in this one. Cubs need a touchdown. Yep, they do. They do need a touchdown. Making sure I'm live. What the heck? I saw some pitches already thrown. Ridiculous. Red A's on one of those yo-yo up teams right now in League One and Championship. It only takes a few good decisions. Yep. That's pretty much what it is in English football. Is that's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Bryce Terang, who's 2 for 4 on the day. Cubs need a touchdown. Need to tack on the extra point as well. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low. And it's 1-1 to Bryce Terang. 1-1 count to the second baseman. Looking for his third hit of the day. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Again, the Brewers with 9 runs, though all of them in the first 2 innings, so something to be looking at next time they play. If they aren't able to score some runs, well, hey, they've been kind of trending that way. Here's the 1-2. That's cut on and hit to the left, and that's going foul. But yeah, the Brewers just pretty much dominating the Cubs today, though. The count is 1-2. Brown rocks and fires. Check this swing. That's upstairs, and it's 2-2. Two and two count. Brown delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Turang. That'll bring up Contreras. Jeez, what the heck? He's 2 for 4 in this one, with an RBI. Brown rocks and fires. That is outside, and it's one of checked his swing, did not go. One and 0 count as Brown kicks and deals. That is high, and it's 2-0. Two and 0 count. Brown kicks and deals. Grounder to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first for out number 2. That'll bring up Christian Yelich, who's 1 for 4 on the day. Nice little sliding play by Swanson. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss by Yelich, and it's 0-1. Georgia State is a 10-1 underdog to James Madison. 7-0 Georgia State at halftime. Here's the 0-1. That's a breaking ball below the zone, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Yelich, again, the only Brewer that was playing for the Brewers in 2018, that NLCS appearance. Here's the 1-1. That is outside, and it's 2-1 to Christian Yelich. Pretty solid year. 29 homers, 103 on the RBIs. Pretty good stuff. The 2-1. That is outside, and it's 3-1. Three and 1 count to Christian Yelich. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going foul. Count is now full. Penn State just failed on a 4th and 2. There we go. Again, I don't know why I hate Penn State, but I do. I do. I don't like Ohio State, if that's also a thing. I don't like them either. I don't like a lot of the teams, to be honest. To be honest, I don't like a lot of the teams. Here's the 3-2. That is way upstairs. That should be ball 4. Yeah. So it looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter here. Jake Bowers going to be coming on and pinch hitting for Vaughn. That'll be his first plate appearance here in the postseason. His career in the postseason is 2 for 6 with a home run. In the regular season was batting .235, an OPS of .752, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. He walks a lot. On base percentage of .353 with a batting average of .235. So he's got a good eye. Brown sets. Kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike, 88 on the knuckle curve. Oh and 1. Brown sets and fires. That is upstairs, and it's 1 and 1. 1-1 count here. I'm checking out some things. I don't know if I have this right, if I'm going the right way or not. Now it looks like, I don't know, maybe I'm going the wrong way. I don't know. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be ripped, and that's going foul. So you hear it there, but now I don't know. So now you hear it. I don't know. This is weird. 1 and 2 count to Jake Bauer. Sorry, just having some technical difficulties over here. Just checking some things out. As Brown sets, kicks, and deals. That is way outside. Ball gets away. And it looks like Yelich will take advantage as he heads to second. Kelly hustling the ball to the ball there is what I would say if he was actually hustling the ball, but no, he was not. I guess he's pretty much nailed this one. Counsell looking down. Counsell doesn't look happy. Every time they cut to him, he's just not a happy guy. As it's 2 and 2, Brown looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That's going to be cut on and once again fouled back. Brewers looking to, again, taking a 1-0 lead. That's such a huge advantage. Winning game one, it's just a tone setter for the entire series. As here's the 2-2. That is low for ball 3. I'll try to get you guys a stat next time on Monday when I cover this again. But I'll get you that stat for winners of game one in the NLDS or whatever, ALDS. The count is 3 and 2 to Jake Bauers. Again, this guy, he has a great eye. He walks. Brown sets. Rocks and fires. That is low for ball 4. Brown didn't do his research. You got to pitch it in the zone. That'll bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick is 1 for 4 today. I don't know if there's going to have a little bit of a discussion here. Penn State is not the most loved team in the whole country for reasons I'm not saying, but I mean, there's also, I guess, the stuff there as well. Pardon me, yeah. That stuff with, yeah. Here's the pitch. That's a low for ball 1. Even post all the, the Sandusky and all, all that stuff. The players, it seems like they do a lot of interesting things in the locker room as well. There's that. That is also a concern. 1-0 count. Brown is actually going to try to pick off Bauers, but that ball almost sailed over Bush. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just can't seem to. I don't know. Maybe I do a heel turn one day and I'm a Penn State guy, but as of now, I'm not. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a chopper, and that's going foul. I could see that. I could see myself caving in, like, Penn State, just come on here with the blue and white. We are. Yep, I could easily see it. But probably not happening. 1-1 count. Brown sets, and another pickoff attempt, but Bauers is back safe and sound. UCLA 27-7. Oh, man, UCLA is just embarrassing Penn State again. Penn State loses. They need to be dropped from the top 25. If they are top 25, that is ridiculous. 1-1 count. Brown sets and fires. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Horner has it. Throws to first for out number 3. Last chance for the Cubbies. The Brewers lead by a touchdown. It's 9-3. So they need 2 field goals or a touchdown to tie it up and push it to the bottom of the 9th. Folks, for possibly one last time today. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So again, make sure to like and subscribe and join this growing channel. It is it's growing again. In March, I had 30 subs when I started doing this. Now I'm over 1,000, 1,200 in fact. The magic number for 12 months is 1,000. You need to have 1,000 subs for your first year if you want to have any success. We've crushed that, and we're still going on, and we're moving up. But again, just even at the end of July, we were at 340. So it was kind of looking scary there for me. But then again, we just popped off the last 2 months, and we are still rising and growing. So we will, I don't know. I appreciate it if you're able to like and subscribe. If not, that's okay. Maybe I can win you over next time. I will be covering again, if you're a Cubs Brewers fan, this entire series. I won't be missing a game. So again, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're at work, you can't watch the game, you don't have the channel, whatever, I got you covered. That's what I do. And of course, tomorrow I'll be covering 2 NFL games, one in the morning, Vikings and the Browns, and the other one will be the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. I have yet to put up the other one, but that will be happening. The Steelers are off. I usually cover every Steelers game and another game, but tomorrow it's 2 random ones. Don't worry, Cubs are still a chance. Andre, passive aggressive. Jeez up. But I mean, I guess there is still technically a chance. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But yeah, the pitching for the Brewers pretty good. The Cubs pitching was just bad. It just really was. I mean, obviously it's locked in, and yeah. I mean, the last 2 relievers for the Cubs pitched 6 1/3, and they didn't allow a single run. So, had Boyd and Soroka. I mean, if you flip those 2, I mean, yeah, Savali starts. Let's just say Savali starts, which, I mean, probably wouldn't happen. Nick Mears, the new pitcher for the Brewers. So we're about to return to Milwaukee for the last half inning of this. Carson Kelly for the postseason's 4 for 11, batting .364. OPS of 1098. The former Pirate Nick Mears is on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's low for ball 1. So you don't believe that? Well, yeah, he definitely doesn't believe that. There's always hold on. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a chopper foul. There's always Villanova or Penn or Pitt, and more than I can remember right now. Oh yeah, no, I like Pitt, but they're not good. Not passive aggressive. When I said it was over, there was plenty of ball left. Like I didn't know I was talking about something. This guy. Well, I mean, I understand what you were saying, but that's going to be chopped fouls, 1 and 2. It's just one game. Again, it's just baseball is so random. Again, you flip a coin. You don't know what in the world could happen. I mean, tomorrow or Monday, it could be an inverse. It could be 9-3. You never know. It could be a 1-1 game or 1-2 game. The next day, it could be 12-11. You never know. As here's the 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Kelly. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, who's 4 for 13 in the postseason. Mears will set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. PCA hates that call. And yeah, I can understand it. Again, that was way off the plate. Positive thoughts. A little less positive now after the strikeout there. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. Pete Crow Armstrong 1 for 3 on the day. Oh and 2. Mears sets. kicks and deals. Chopper, and that's going foul. Oh, and 2 is the count again to PCA. As Mears comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Called strike 3. He struck him out. PCA turning around, letting him know about something. It's probably not, hey, what are you doing later? May have been something else. As the Cubs are down to their final outs. As Swanson comes to the plate, he's 0 for 3 today. For the postseason, he's batting .167, OPS of .398. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. The Brewers waving their towels. Again, everyone copies the Steelers. It is what it is. 0-1 count. Mears rocks and fires. That is going to be cut on and fouled back. And just like that, it's 0-2. As the Cubs are down to their final strike. Mears nods his head. He comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. And that will become a souvenir. Oh, and 2 is the count. To Swanson. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low, and it's 1-2. See you Monday. Go, Cubs, go. Well, I will see you guys Monday. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. 1-2 count. Mears sets. Kicks and deals. That's outside, and it's 2-2. Brewers fans wanted the call, but that one was indeed outside. Counsell now just chilling. Looks like Swanson's going to ask for time. Again, Swanson looking for his first hit of the day. Might be a little too late regardless. Two and 2 count. Mears sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to the left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Look at that. Swanson gets his first hit of the day. Throw is into second where Swanson is already at. So Swanson keeping the game on for at least another batter. Prayers for X, Mark Sanchez. The way you framed it there, it seems like Mark Sanchez doesn't exist. No, he's fine. Last time I checked anyway, he was good. So hopefully that is continuing. He's okay in the hospital. But yeah, hopefully he's going to be okay. Moises Ballesteros is at the plate. As looks like there's a little mound visit here. Just checking in with Mears. Like, hey, we don't really want them to kind of, come back here. It'd be pretty embarrassing if the Cubs were to put up 7 runs and, and not even get an out. That'd be lame. Be very lame, Nick. Okay, Mears, so you're gonna have to knuckle down here and get this guy out. Again, Ballesteros, the rookie catcher, at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Swanson actually taking third on that, just jogging on in. 1-0 count to Ballesteros as Mears looks back at third. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Up and coming. Yeah, no, he may be something special. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is low, and it's 2-1. The Cubs had a Longtime catcher there, Giovanni Soto, for many years. Maybe next Giovanni Soto. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and hit to the left, and that's going foul. And the Cubs, once again, down to their final strike. The Yankees up 2-0. They are not. The Blue Jays are up 2-0 on the Yankees because the Blue Jays were up 2-0 earlier. 2-2 counts. Mears delivers. That's going to be hit and once again fouled. And for one more pitch, Ballesteros stays alive. Mears sets, kicks and deals. Grounder to first. Steps on the bag for out number 3. And the Brewers defeat the Cubs 9-3 in Game 1 of the NLDS. Well, hey, really wasn't much happening there at the end. Again, as you can see there on the screen, the Brewers put up all 9 of their runs in the first 2 innings. The Cubs, of course, 1 run in the first, 1 run in the 6th, 1 run in the 8th, all solo shots. The Cubs, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Thank you for all the, you can see it on the peripheral there. And, of course, the Brewers, again, all 9 of their runs in the first 2 innings. So, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Not going to really push the other game I'm doing later. Again, that's if you guys just love college football. I'm doing a group of 5 matchup later. But for tomorrow, again, I'll be doing Vikings, Browns, and the Buccaneers and Seahawks. And I'll be returning to this series, of course, Monday night. They play at 8 o'clock Central Time, so make sure to subscribe so I can call the game for you. So, yeah, I'll see you then. You guys all have a great rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you when I see you. Again, like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. I'll catch you later. Peace.